with Savage tonight. We're here live with my guest host. We're going to get right into it right now. We're going to be doing a Smackdown recap tonight. Make sure you follow, subscribe. Let me welcome my guest hosts. David and Jose are here tonight. Say hello to them. Here they are, ladies and gentlemen. Say hello to David and Jose. What's up, boys?
Hey, what's going on, folks?
What's going on? How you guys doing?
Hey, what's up?
Got to fix the camera a little bit for some reason.
Thank you very much.
There we go. We got
now
it.
they can see me.
They can see you. Yeah, they can see you. We got to figure it out how to make it better. I think on the phone you come up as a flat instead of wide screen. I don't know if you could change that in the settings.
Oh yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Well,
this isn't.
We'll figure it out. But they can see
Yeah, this isn't
The
perfect.
work in process.
It's an absolute work in progress, and it's going to take a little time to get perfect, but we'll get there. And if you don't like it too fucking bad, you don't have to watch it. You can just listen to it on Spotify. I'm also live on TikTok right now, Wrestling with Savage. I've had to change my name to Wrestling is Savage because the account's about to get banned because apparently TikTok thinks it's okay to give violations for professional wrestling videos with personal commentary. So I've made a safety account called Wrestling with Savage, and Greek is Savage because TikTok is not going to fucking win. I'm going to fucking win. And that's just the way that is going to go. In the meantime, we're going to get right into the WWE SmackDown results and thoughts between me, Jose, and David. SmackDown came to you tonight from the MVP Arena in Albany, New York. Apparently, according to reports all over the internet, the arena was sold out and loud. But after watching tonight's show, my friends can agree, I don't think that was the case. I think the arena was dead and dead. Just dead. It was probably dead and bad. There wasn't really a lot on the card to make it. Usually it starts off with it's Friday night, so that means it must be time for SmackDown. That means it must be time for a bad fucking show. Show kicks off with a segment from Adam Pearce with Drew Gulak as his new assistant. Typical contract signing. Did you guys catch this? Flair and Rousey?
Yes, I did.
What'd you think of this nonsense before I give it my grade?
Once again, I understand what Vince McMahon wants out of his divas. He wants them to smile and everything, but Ronda just goes over smiling too much. She comes out, this is an I Quit match. You're trying to sell me an I Quit match. And the first thing you're going to do is smile and think, oh my God, I'm so happy to be here. I don't know. I'm not feeling it. That's not what's getting into me. She can't cut a promo. She was trying to feed off the fans, when they were saying you tap out, she was trying to feed off that. She actually used that as a line. I'm not gonna say it. When she first came into the WWE, and I'm saying after The Rock, when that angle match, I was into her. I was all into her. Now, when she came back, I'm just dull. I'm not interested. There's nothing there. I don't think there's nothing there. I don't know what you guys feel about that.
If you ask me, it's probably the same thing. I mean, Ronda's been kind of dull. She has the ability in the ring, but when it comes to exerting energy or giving out that energy to feel the actual promo, it's not there, and it doesn't even go together. She's there talking about wanting to make her tap, and even does the whole squeal with the armbar and all that. But it's it almost feels like she's just going through the punches. Let's get it over with,
Yeah,
Exactly.
I like Ronda in the ring big time. I feel like Ronda in the ring can actually make things look real, make punches look believable, obviously make submissions look believable. She looks like a complete badass in the ring. She has the ability to probably put on 5-star matches. The problem is her attitude and her demeanor in the ring, on the mic, just completely overshadows her physical ability.
Well, we have a problem, right? You're Ronda Rousey. You're this box office attraction name. And
you main evented WrestleMania.
Exactly, but you cannot have Ronda Rousey, let's say, versus Bianca Belair next year and have Ronda expect to lead the match. She can't lead a match. There's just nothing there. I don't know.
Well, I agree with you.
She's
yeah.
not practicing enough. I'm not so sure maybe the baby took a toll of her.
No,
when
she's
she had
definitely
it.
not practicing enough. I agree with that.
No.
She's probably not getting her time
No.
in the ring at all. She probably works out maybe in the gym. She probably works out every day still, yeah. But I don't think she works out in the ring. She's working out in the gym, but I don't think she's working out in the ring. But I don't think that's the problem, Jose. I don't think her wrestling is the problem. To me, leading the match, like you said, yeah, that's a problem. But there's so many talented women in the WWE that she could work with that could lead her in the ring and make it work beautifully. The problem is everything in between. It's the glue. The glue to all these feuds is the promos that you cut, the hype that you build, the story that you tell. So if the story that she's telling is A, not believable, B, just fucking plain stupid, and 3, she just comes off like a stupid idiot. And if Jericho was here, he would tell her, you're a stupid idiot, and now you're on the list. All right?
It took me a second, but I caught it. I'm like, oh, yeah, stupid idiot. That was a good one.
I just think the feud isn't even right. Like, it didn't make sense when they get. She should have been going after Becky instead, but I don't know if it's.
What do you think about the whole Drew Gulak dynamic? Like, what is going on here? Why is he being implemented into this storyline so heavily? Are they going to fight?
I mean, but it's funny to me because, you know, especially playing the WWE game and he's there teaching you how to wrestle.
Yeah, that's pretty silly.
They're jobbing on TV.
Yeah.
Getting sunned by girls. It's
like 4 weeks later.
It's like backwards. It's hilarious.
Don't forget that he really did train superstars behind the scenes, and not only him, but that a released superstar got released a few backs. Timothy Thatcher. They were both training superstars right there in NXT and Smackdown.
Well, no, I mean I'm not denying that he could train. I'm just saying it doesn't look right when your latest game that just came out, you're showing him like as being your trainer, and then a week, 4 weeks, a month later, he's getting sunned, and not only sunned, but sunned by women. So it's like, how does that look? It looks kind of backwards.
Well, at the end of the day, he's still in a better spot than like probably 99 other guys because he's on TV. He's in a prime fucking role. He's next to Charlotte Flair, so as far as women's wrestling goes, he's next to fucking greatness. And then he's also next to Ronda Rousey, who's super fucking famous. So either way, he's going to get a little rub off of them. Because whatever they did with his character before obviously didn't work. It didn't sell shirts. It didn't put butts in seats. It didn't fucking sell merch. It didn't. It just fucking didn't. So maybe they're rebranding him. Testing some things. I don't know what they're doing. I can't explain WWE creative. That would be like trying to fucking read a fortune cookie and predict what's going to come out of the fortune cookie. It's not going to happen. Those people are fucking in another world.
Yeah, some of the stuff they come up with just sit there scratching my head like, really, dude? Like, who's getting paid for this stuff? Because, Jesus Christ, I think my kids could come up with better storylines.
What are you two grading this segment tonight?
I guess a 2-star to be nice.
2-star to be nice, okay, Jose?
1 star. And I'll tell
1
you
star,
why.
okay.
We didn't even talk about how horrible when Charlotte threw the table, and all of a sudden.
Well, I was actually just I was just gonna give a little breakdown.
Stick just popped up.
Yeah, the only thing I liked about it at all was that Ronda Rousey took the kendo stick from Charlotte Flair and legitimately got in a good 7 or 8 shots on fucking Charlotte's bitch ass too. And I love Charlotte, but she deserves it because she's acting like an asshole. She's coming out very egotistical. So it's the typical, as far as that storyline aspect goes, Charlotte put in the work. She took the shots from fucking Ronda. Those definitely don't feel too nice, and they leave a mark, those kendo sticks. Whether they're made soft or whatever they do, they still sting a little bit. So I enjoyed that. I enjoyed watching Charlotte get hit. That was the only thing that saved the segment for me. If it wasn't for Ronda putting in legitimate kendo shots on fucking Charlotte, that segment to me gets a 1. But because of that alone, I'll give it a 2. I'll give it a 2. And I did enjoy that she put Drew Gulak into the armbar and then also signed the contract while giving him the armbar. That kind of made her look a little cool. But the work on the mic before is what sets the bar so fucking low, and then it's hard to bring it back up, If she didn't say one word that whole fucking promo, I'd probably give that whole segment a 4. just because of Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey's star power.
I can't give it that high to someone that is the baddest woman on the
The
planet.
baddest woman on the
Sorry,
planet
I
shouldn't
can't.
talk. That's what I think.
She shouldn't be smiling either. She shouldn't be coming
what
out
you-
going like this. I don't want to see that.
No, you're right.
Baddest woman on the planet.
I agree. She
What
shouldn't
the
be
hell is that?
smiling.
Do you see Tyson going like this to people? To Vander?
No.
Hey, no, he doesn't.
No, he punches him in the face when they bother him on an airplane. That's what he does.
It's horrible. Like David said, she's just dull, and that's what I find her right now. She's just dull to me. I don't like her return. I liked her when she first came.
Yeah, like it's definitely true that when she first came out, the first time we were all skeptical because we were kind of concerned about what her ring skills would be like and all that. And we always knew her promo wasn't that great, but at least back then she had a little more energy. You could tell that she was into it. This time around, I almost feel like she's just doing it as like a check. Like, let's just get this done, pay me, and I'm gonna keep going out with my kid. No doubt,
Yeah.
I don't have no hate. There's no hate on her. It's just this is how I perceive it when you watch it.
End of the day, the whole segment to me was like, it's something that we've seen a million times before. The contract signing, the typical blah blah blah. Just come up with something a little more original. That's why it's getting a low grade. I love Charlotte Flair. I'd like Ronda better if she didn't talk or smile on her way to the ring. Next, Butch, who I love. Okay, Pete Dunne, whatever you want to call him. Next up, lost to Xavier Woods. Apparently, they had a decent match that was leading up. It all led up to a clean roll-up pin from Xavier, which pissed off Butch highly. He went into the crowd. He assaulted one of the WWE crew members. He just started roaming around. Sheamus is like, "Where are you going, Butch? Butch, where are you going? Butch, where are you? Blah, blah." All this bullshit. Why they're doing this to Butch, I don't know. I like Pete Dunne. I think I'd like Pete Dunne more than Butch. What did you guys think of the segment?
Well, I'm gonna just say that I'm not gonna call him that word. I'm gonna call him Pete Dunne because Butch, that name is disrespectful. So he should not say the name. Pete Dunne has always been a great worker, man. There's nothing bad about him. I don't understand how the character is supposed to be mental, but he's dressed like some fiddler on the roof from back in, I don't know, God knows how long. I don't get that. I don't really get that attire really well. He could work. He was doing the manipulation on the left arm. He did a nice release suplex like he always does. These are things that we always seen from Pete Dunne. I mean, it's nothing new. We know he's a great worker. Woods kind of surprised me. He didn't have it was a decent match to me. Woods actually did some moves. He did a leg sweep into a sweat senton. I thought that was pretty okay. He had his moments, and he got the win. I mean,
I wasn't expecting the win like that.
He went into a DDT into like a small package, but he got the win. I just don't understand how Pete Dunne is losing 2 weeks in a row. I don't get it from someone that just called up. So I don't understand that. I don't know why we're burying him. I feel like they're burying him. I just don't know why.
It's hard to see. It's hard to see his run like that because if you watch NXT like I do, well, I used to actually. I'm sorry, I just lied on stream. If you watch NXT like I used to, you would know that Pete Dunne had one of the best runs in the history of NXT and NXT UK. He was a killer in both runs. Had multiple titles, North American title. The guy had tag team titles. I think he won the Dusty Cup one year. He did it all. The guy did a lot, put a lot of work in, had classic 5-star matches with multiple superstars. He elevated multiple superstars. There's a lot of superstars that are actually thriving right now in multiple companies, including AEW, because of help from Pete Dunne. And now to see him on SmackDown losing to Xavier Woods in a roll-up pin is it's pretty devastating as a Pete Dunne fan. So, yeah.
I honestly don't know much, unfortunately, because I didn't follow NXT at that time. So,
yeah.
So I know some of his stuff. I watched them here and there, but
well, that's what Peacock's for.
I really don't. Yeah.
That's what people. You could always go back and look up all of Pete Dunne's amazing body of work because it's way more incredible than what we're watching right now. And sadly, a lot of people who have no idea who Pete Dunne is, and this is a problem with WWE, and they do this with a lot of guys. They change their names, they make them drop their first name. It's because they're so afraid of creating new superstars. Because when you create new superstars, they gain momentum, and maybe they leave your company and they take that fan base with them. You know, wherever they go. So I think Vince is so afraid of creating new superstars. That's why we've seen so little from so many greats. Guys who have the potential. Man. You really? I think Vince is afraid. Like he's maybe I'm misphrasing it.
I disagree.
Maybe I should say he's afraid of making mega stars, not superstars, because there's a lot of superstars.
The fact is that look at me for example. Where are we? 20 years later, Stone Cold retired, and I still cherish this guy like he's a current wrestler.
Yeah.
Those are the guys that he doesn't want no more. Because he knows that these guys are beyond what WWE is. You know, people know these guys even without having to watch wrestling.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
To sum it up,
he wants something where it's more like he can have more control of them and gain what they can offer more directly than as if they go out and venture more like The Rock and things like that, and they become bigger than the WWE itself. They don't want that. They want WWE.
You made a great point about the control. You made a great point about the control because that's what it's about. Like the superstars that submit control to Vince have a greater chance of becoming a megastar. Example, John Cena. Vince McMahon owns his name, owns his copyrights. Doesn't matter whatever John Cena goes and does. Vince is getting a piece of it right now. He's getting a piece of Peacemaker. He's getting a piece of Justice League. You better believe he's getting a piece of anything John Cena will ever do for the rest of his life because he owns his fucking name. The wrestlers that don't want to sell their name, for example, a lot of guys, Cody Rhodes. I think he might have just sold his name. He didn't sell his name to Tony Khan, which is why Cody went to AEW, used the American Nightmare name, the logo. He used TNT to become a bigger fucking star, and then used that to get a bigger contract with WWE. Now he can use that same gimmick. Tony fucked up by not copywriting that, and it just shows you a guy can leave your company and have a bigger impact somewhere else, and Vince is afraid of that. So if he doesn't own you, he's not going to allow you. Like Finn Balor, I don't think he owns Finn Balor. And I think that's why Finn Balor doesn't get... I think that's why Austin Theory beat Finn Balor. Because I think Vince owns Austin Theory. Theory. Vince owns Theory. That's why you're going to see Theory become a fucking megastar. Because Vince owns him. He said yes to every question. He signed every line. He didn't read any part of the contract. He does not care. He said, Vince, you are my daddy. And that's it.
I'm just going to say that I think it's just about the look, right? Like, look at Roman Reigns. That's the type of person that Vince wants to represent the company.
Yeah, but I've seen 100 Roman Reigns, and the only difference between them is Roman Reigns is The Rock's cousin. That's a whole nother. You know what? That's a whole nother episode, actually.
That's the look that he
wants. A whole nother episode.
Not only that, he likes giants too. He loves giants.
Yeah.
That's it, bro.
He does love giants.
That's what it is.
He does.
Yeah. Look at Omos. He had Braun. And he got rid of Braun because Omos is much bigger than him. He's like, no, this guy's way bigger than this guy. No.
But they got rid of Braun because
get rid of Braun.
They got rid of Braun because Braun wouldn't submit to the paperwork.
I think he wanted more money.
And guess what? You know who else they don't have because he wouldn't submit to the paperwork? One of the biggest stars in the world. Bray. Yeah. He won't submit to the paperwork either. He's now.
Look at Bray now. Where the hell he's been?
He's
doing a movie.
He's in talks with WWE. He's in talks with WWE and AEW, but the numbers that he is putting out are being reported that they're some of the most ridiculous numbers asked from a professional wrestler ever. He's asking for an insane astronomical amount of money from anybody that wants him to get into a ring. And you know what? He fucking deserves it.
Well,
you really think so?
I like Bray.
I think
I like him, but I don't.
I like Bray because he's a worker.
Enough to merit the money that if this is asking for that kind of money, I don't think that he's put in the work enough to say, yo, I'm the kind of person that you're gonna give this money to because I'm a star.
He was the
I
top.
get it.
He was the top merch
great,
seller.
but-
He was the top merch seller for like a good 2 years straight.
It's about the mind. He has a creative mind. He's
And not only
genius,
that,
man.
Yeah, he does have a great creative mind, which is a great point. But like this guy's ability to actually deliver,
but to earn the right to demand that kind of money, though, that's the argument I have. I'm
Like
saying
like
doesn't have the
Savage-
ability.
Like Savage said, he was the top merch. There was nobody that was touching him when that Firehouse segment came on. Everybody was buying that. You kidding me? He was making so much money for them. There was nobody that, not even Cena, because Cena wasn't even around at that time. It was just him.
yeah.
it
But
was just
overall, dude, his body of work and the stories that they've given him, and the fact that he's had to change his character, his persona multiple times, make multiple sacrifices, and just eat shit and eat shit and eat shit, and then he has like this godlike character created, and you put him on a sick run, probably too fast. I think they should have slow built the Fiend, and the Fiend should have been saved for special occasions, kind of thing, kind of like what they do with Finn and the the demon, something like that.
Have you seen Bray live?
Yeah, Mania, I think.
Hmm.
I think we saw him, didn't we?
I think we saw him in
Remember him
Brooklyn.
wrestling?
In Brooklyn.
Wasn't he? I've seen him wrestle somewhere, probably at Raw or something like that.
I saw him in the Rumble when he fought Bryan over here. And
I didn't see no epic match live with him. That's for sure.
I think I saw
Yeah,
him
that
at
match.
SummerSlam, man.
that match was crazy because that's the one that they were doing the strap match.
Yeah.
But they gotta hit each other with the straps. Yo, that thing Wakata, you hear that
Right.
slap.
But listen, bottom line is Bray's put in the work. But let's get back to the SmackDown. All right. After
Sure.
that segment where Pete Dunne loses to Xavier, we got really into another interview with Ricochet and Jinder, interrupting Ricochet. Ricochet was talking about something about him being the greatest of all time, and then Jinder apparently took that as disrespect, and he disagreed with him. That was a shitty segment. Didn't really I didn't believe anything Jinder said. I didn't believe anything Ricochet said. After that, we got into a match where Gunther, who I want to get into, Gunther defeated Teddy Goods, who you've never heard of. Huge chops in this match. Did you guys hear the chops?
Yeah,
I
Michael
didn't hear it.
Michael Cole was trying to sell the shit out of it.
He didn't have to.
Did you hear that chop back up? Oh my god!
He didn't
That
have
back chop. The back chop.
every chop he delivered.
Front chop, back
Was-
chop.
that
was-
back chop was
Sell that.
brutal, bro. I felt
Yeah.
bad for that guy when he got chopped in the back. I was like, damn.
I personally enjoy any time you get to watch a enhancement talent just get chopped viciously like
He
6,
chopped
7
him-
times.
He chopped him to the back, then did the sleeper, and then into the power bomb, and then just pinned him 1,
Yeah,
2, 3.
Listen, it's a squash match. right?
Exactly. For what it was for a squash match, I'm
Right.
giving it a 4-star because it did what it was supposed to do. It was
It
it was
served its purpose. I agree.
yeah, it
It
was
served its purpose.
Yeah, it was
That's what the job they were supposed to do. Go in, boom, boom, boom. That's it.
it was a
I was
4-star.
impressed. I will agree with you guys on this one. I was impressed.
It was a 4-star squash match, and unfortunately, Teddy Goods had to learn a tough lesson being taught tonight in Albany, New York, and that's just the way it goes. After that, we got a quick segment, clips of the Arcade Bros versus the Usos rivalry, and then this time, for some reason, Drew McIntyre is now getting involved. I don't know. I don't like anything going on with any of this right now.
I'm so confused because
I
we
don't
had
like it.
Nakamura 2 weeks ago, and now we have Drew, and then I'm hearing that in house shows Drew is working with Roman, so it's like now we're going back to Drew. Like it looks like that's where we're going, but why did they put Nakamura?
I'm not surprised.
I think they really are confused with the direction they want to go with Roman's story. I don't think they have a fucking clue on who they really want to put at him next, and they're just slow burning it until they finally make up their minds. And I think that's what we're seeing on live TV. We're literally seeing shit thrown at the clipboard until they realize what they actually want to do. They don't know what's going on. These bookings, like this Lumberjack match, obviously they have no idea what they want to do with Shinsuke. They have no idea what they want to do with Sami Zayn. So now they just have him going into Roman's locker room so they can give a reason why Roman's not on TV another week.
I don't know. I'm confused.
I don't know. It was bad. Anyway, that led to a match between Riddle defeating Jey Uso. I gave the match a 3-star. It was nice seeing a nice reference for 420 by Pat McAfee as Riddle began his comeback and then, getting the win. There was a moment in the match where there was the vignette where they were just going in and in on the storyline again, but, with the Usos and the RK Bros, which obviously is going to, I don't know, you guys probably agree, it's going to lead to the Usos winning the titles, right? Is that the overall story?
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Wow.
Yeah, it's going to be the whole head of the table, with all the gold. That's pretty much the bloodline. Have all the gold. That's pretty much what they're leading to. It's obvious.
I really want them to take the gold so we could design new belts because they're all trash. So I don't even like the IC belt on Ricochet. I think that's trash too. But
Yeah.
the match was good. Jay had a nice. I like when he did the Randy move, the back suplex on the announcer table. That was pretty cool.
It's just weird that they're linking up McIntyre and Randy Orton now, kind of.
I guess
fucking
you
weird.
guys tell me about tag team. You guys are probably experts. Like, so if you tag team, let's say with a guy 6 months or even a year, you could just take their moves and just do it, because we just seen Riddle do the DDT that Randy always does, setting up into the
That's up to the guy.
RKO.
But he's been.
I seen it everywhere, even in AEW. It looks like if
That's
you tag
always-
with someone long, you could take their moves. Like, just take your moves.
That's up to the guy that they're working with, and the discussions they have, and obviously most of the times the guy will ask permission, or the guy will say, you know what, just start using my power driver, start using my DDT. The way I do that suplex, I want you to do it like that. They do stuff like that sometimes. Because most tag teams that want that classic tag team image, they want to be in sync with their tag team partner. And they want to have a couple of moves that they can do the same time, the same way, and make it look like they're on the same page. You know what I mean? During certain spots that they do. So.
Yeah, I mean, Riddle been doing some crazy RKOs, so it's not like, he's not living up to it anyway, so.
Oh, Riddle's an all-star. Riddle's an all-star.
And not for nothing that you brought up the 420 earlier. That shirt that they got right now, bro, not for nothing. I think I might end up getting that shirt, because that shirt is great. That 420 with the smoke, with the snake in the back, and it's like a play on Stone Cold too. It says I smoked your ass. I think it's great.
Yeah, no, that shirt is a good time for sure. After that, we got Naomi and Sasha Banks appearing live. They were coordinating outside their little matching one-piece outfits, and basically it was a shit fucking segment. I don't know, it really. Sasha Banks was continuing. No, they were doing their laugh, and that was pretty much it. They were laughing and giggling, and then that was it. And I'm gonna give that a no star. It was just.
With the one-piece outfit?
That's what it says, yes. Matching one-piece outfits. It was so bad I had to go take a bathroom break. I couldn't watch that garbage. I'm just reading the notes, and the notes say it was bad. The notes say it was brutal. Did you guys catch it? I didn't. I don't want to catch it. I hope you guys never have to watch it again.
I had it there, but I wasn't paying attention.
Ah, man. Well, anyway, after that, you had Madcap Moss defeating Angel, which I actually saw this match. It was, I don't know, clean match as far as wrestling goes, but nothing like special. 2-star at best, maybe.
Yeah, it's just such a everyday match, nothing special. Just one of those, get it over with, pass. Let's go to the next segment.
Yeah.
Filler.
Yeah, it was pretty bad, man. After that, I think there was another vignette with Reigns telling the Usos that people are talking trash about him on his show. And he told the Usos to make sure that they go and take his name out of their mouths. And that was it. I think we never saw Roman Reigns again for the rest of the night, right?
I think no.
Yeah, so the champ, your double champ, who obviously doesn't appear on Monday Night Raw. And now apparently he's not appearing on SmackDown either. This is what he's doing, guys. He's just chilling. He's the tribal chief.
Chilling, bro.
Maybe he really dislocated his arm. Maybe he has to heal.
That's maybe. I'm saying maybe on that, but I don't think so. I mean, I think maybe.
I'm saying no.
I mean, it looked kind of legit when he pulled his arm out. You could see it, that bruise.
Yeah.
He might be just nursing it right now. And probably Vince doesn't want him to aggravated. Wait for a pay-per-view. He's probably gonna wrestle the pay-per-view.
I just don't think they have any. I don't think they know what to do with him.
Well, anyway, guys.
Cody, I don't think they know.
If the rest of SmackDown that we talked about tonight doesn't excite you, then this will, okay? It was a lumberjack match between Drew McIntyre and Sami Zayn, and the end of the match was Sami Zayn running out of the arena while Adam Pearce is basically insulting him for running away from the arena and telling him that next week's show there's going to be another match between these two guys, and this time it's a steel cage match. Like, that's going to be any better of a main event. So we already know what next week's SmackDown is. Just from that segment, I already know next week's SmackDown's going to be fucking bad.
Where is going to be?
It's going to be.
We'll find out. I don't even care to know it. Overall, SmackDown's getting a 1 fucking star from me. You guys?
One.
Oof. Yeah, pretty much.
It was a shit show. It was pretty bad. All right, so you guys are now in charge of the show for about 5 minutes because I have to go check on a situation because this is live. And you guys should talk about something wrestling related, I think, right? I think that would work.
We'll just take over your show.
Take over the show, man.
We can get into Rampage, or we could talk about Mania or something. Or
get into Adam Cole. I'll set you guys up for Rampage. It's now Rampage, Wrestling with Savage. Welcome to Wrestling with Savage. We're back again with David and Jose, and they're going to kick you off for AEW Rampage. Greek is going to take a little break because that's what happens when we go live.
All right.
Take care, man. So we had Adam
set up there.
Versus Ishii. We had Adam Cole versus Ishii. The first match starting off on Rampage in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Did you catch this, man?
Yes, I actually was watching it. I didn't have any sound on it, but I was watching the match.
I think that was the best way to watch the match without sound. I think that was the best.
Hey, really? So
I personally think. What do you think of the match overall? What do you think of Ishii? Is this your first time seeing Ishii? Have you seen him in New Japan Pro Wrestling?
No, I've seen him before. I know who Ishii is.
Okay.
I mean, I think this is just me opinionizing. I think that the style that he wrestles is not the kind of style that Americans would like to watch.
Well, it's Japan's strong style, right?
Yeah, but he's very like traditional strong style. You know what I mean? Slow pace, more of the hard hitting, chops.
Well, Nakamura could be like that. No, instead of the chops, he just uses kicks.
Granted, but at least with Nakamura, he has a little more like it's a fast pace, more running around, more jumping and stuff like that. While Ishii is more stay grounded, power move here, chop here, very slow,
Well, that's how
type of match.
That's how the match was even starting. It was starting with chops. You happen to just see that? It was mostly chops for like 2-3 minutes. Just chops. Outside, let's do more chops. Is this what we put Adam Cole through in booking? Like, we're just going to put him with a 46-year-old that moves like Mr. Potato Head?
Well, I mean, I get it. They have had history, so they probably thought it'll be the perfect guy for him to be comfortable with. You know what I mean? I could see it in a the booking standpoint on why they would choose Adam to start off with, a New Japan wrestler on Rampage. I mean, I don't know. That's me just thinking in the set point of like, why would they put him there? What would be the logical reason? And that's the only thing I can see.
I have no idea. I don't know if they really think that Ishii is this great guy he was 20 years ago, but I mean, he's 46 years old, and we're putting him with I don't know, Adam Cole's 25, 26. He's in his prime. I mean, I just don't understand. We have so many great wrestlers back there. You got Keith Lee, you got Sir, you got all these 20-somethings, and we're putting Adam Cole with a 46-year-old on Rampage.
Well, I mean, think about it. They're not going to go throwing them into a Keith Lee and all that.
Well, we threw
without
him
any real reason.
We threw him into a battle with the belts, didn't we? Didn't we put him in battle with the belts too? So we went from Adam Page to Ishii.
Yeah, but that was 2 times he wrestled Adam Page, didn't he?
But why transition to someone as low as a 46-year-old? It's Tony Khan's way of thinking. I don't know.
Remember, AEW is all about record, so now it's probably at the standpoint where he's back down to the lower bracket. Now he has to build himself back up. So how else he's gonna build himself back up? He's not gonna hit the guys who are in the higher bracket. It's almost like playoff, you know what I mean? So that's why they probably throw him off with him, start him off so he can start getting those wins again to get up at the bracket. That's how AEW does, wins and losses count.
Right, and then in this match, we only just saw basically chops. We just saw punt kicks. I mean, there wasn't really anything interesting here besides, did you say that Jay White came out and just interfered and took out Rock Romero in the corner there? I think that was probably the only interesting thing, right?
Pretty much. It was a pretty straightforward match, nothing crazy about it.
Yeah, and Adam Cole, basically, we know what Adam Cole's going to do. He's going to do the low blow and then the boom, 1, 2, 3, match over.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
What else can we do, right? And then we had, after that, Jericho Appreciation Society. I don't know if you caught that promo backstage with him and those AEW security guards there, not letting him into the building.
Random. You know how it is. Throwing some random thing just
So he's basically cutting the promo, basically trying to get into the building, and Daniel Garcia's like, no, guys, I got this, and Jericho's like, this guy, Jake Hager, he could take all you guys out, and I didn't really think that. I don't know why they're putting, or I don't even think they're putting. I think it's just Jericho trying to make stars out of people. I mean, I just don't see it here. I don't know if it's the chemistry between all of them. I don't see no chemistry, besides Jericho and Hager. I don't know. I just feel like these guys do not blend in, and they just don't work all right with one another. They don't feed off well one another. I don't know. What do you think about that?
I would agree. I mean, there's definitely no chemistry between them. Like 2.0, and it's just I don't know the guy's name, but one of the guys that he kind of acts like he's Italian, like he's always screaming out in the Italian accent, and it's like he tries to like outshine Jericho sometimes. And
it's okay. I don't know their names too, because I don't really care. So, but overall, like if you're trying to make stars, and I don't know, it's just like I just feel like he just put. I'm gonna take you. I'm gonna put you in this group, and I'm gonna make you go over, just like I did to this, and this. And
but I mean, in reality, like when he had the Inner Circle, I see the only person that really like came out of that well is Sami. What's Jake Hager doing? Nothing. What are LAX doing? They're not called LAX now, but what are they doing? Nothing. The only one that's actually doing something is Sami. So in reality, all he elevated was Sami. So in this case, if he's trying to make this new group and he's trying to bring up these guys, what is he really trying to accomplish when the first time around you had 3-4 guys under your wing and only really one came out of it?
Well, I always think it was always about Sami. I think Sami was like the Rock in the Nation of Domination. He was the shiniest one out of all of it. You could have seen it. He had the it factor. He could talk. He's taunting. He's cocky. He thinks he's high shit. And you know what? It paid off completely. And look at him now. As of now, I personally I'm not feeling this character of his with his real life girlfriend. I'm not into that. But that's another day, another topic. But overall, he made him into a star. And the other guys, I just felt like they just got buried, I'm going to make you a star. You guys are going to be the greatest tag team of all time. And look, they didn't even win the belt, not even once. I think they challenged it one time out of like 2 years. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's one thing that bothered me out of that whole Inner Circle. Like, why didn't at least even them, they didn't even have, like you said, only challenged one time. And you got Jurassic Express. They're good and all, but these
not the
guys have
greatest
been,
tag team.
and then but you got LAX that have been wrestling for years, doing it independent.
Absolutely.
You know, like it just doesn't make sense to me. And then with the whole Sammy thing, you know, I personally, I love Sammy. I even watch his vlogs. So like seeing him with Conti, it makes sense to me because I always see them all the time. So I get it.
Right.
And if you're not someone that follows him like
But-
that, it's kind of like it comes
I
off kind of
follow
weird.
it. You just have to be careful. You know why? Because we saw this with Cody, didn't we? We saw this with Cody and Brandy, and look what happened to that.
Yeah, but they were a little higher level than Sammy and Ty.
Well, Sammy
So-
was hot at that time. Ty was just probably a secret that nobody knew about until he decided to come out with it.
What do you think
Well,
about that?
I just don't like the. I think it's burying him. I think you're getting a lot of boos more than yays. And you could see it. It's not about the promo. The promo that should be like, oh, be mad, be mad. No, I'm not feeling that. I think she needs to be off camera. I think Sammy needs to be a cocky person like he's been since day one, just like he is now, just without the girlfriend.
Well, you see, the thing with him now is that he used to come out cocky, but it was still in like a baby face kind of way, you know, like
A
now he
Spanish god.
comes, yeah, like now he comes out like condescending, almost like I'm better than you. I got my hot girlfriend and I'm the champion, so I'm better than you. You know, like it doesn't come off the same way. It's almost like I get a different vibe off of it.
Man, but we don't want to jump right into it. I mean, I want to get into this next topic, but you know, Savage is not here at the moment. Should we wait? It's your favorite topic. It's about Danhausen and Hook. I don't know if we should wait. I don't know. What do you think about that?
Maybe we could hold off on that one since that's a little a hot one. Since
Right.
I kind of disagree with.
We spoke about. I just don't think that Jericho is going to get these guys over. I just don't think there's no chemistry. I think you and me can agree on that. These three guys got no chemistry together. They don't belong.
Yeah, they look out of place. I mean, even
Exactly.
Hager's just back there. He doesn't really do much. He just stands.
I think
there.
he's just collecting a paycheck. Like, I'm just getting paid. I haven't even heard about his next MMA fight. He's undefeated. I seen him, but I haven't heard about anything like that in a long time.
Yeah, he hasn't wrestled in. I don't even remember the last time he wrestled. I think it was
Yeah.
that
COVID
football arena thing. No, I think that's the last thing he did. If I can
Oh, the
remember
Stampede?
correctly. I think
Maybe
so.
with Young
I don't remember
Bucks?
anything.
Maybe with Young
I don't-
Bucks? You mean during that Stampede? The first one?
Yeah, remember when he had the bar
Yeah,
fight with?
yeah. That's when
yeah.
Sammy did that splash on them through the tape.
From that's the last
That's-
thing I remember of him.
Yeah, I think that was the last thing I remember too, because I remember the finish and I liked it, but I don't remember this guy. Did he fight Wardlow? Maybe on Dynamite. I'm not sure.
I don't think so, because then I would have remembered it, because Warlow has been like hasn't lost, so
Right.
you know we would have remembered Jake Hager beating Warlow. So
Oh, look who's back! Hey, Savage.
Hell of an emergency going on
everything
there.
all right?
Yeah, for now. We'll see if it changes. For now, we're good.
So we're up to Danhausen Hook promo.
Oh,
Backstage.
perfect, because you guys actually wanted to get into Danhausen earlier, big time, I believe.
I think
Yeah,
David
that's
wanted to start it off.
David wants to do a whole show on fucking Danhausen, apparently.
Yeah.
No, don't take it that far now.
You
I
love
was
him.
just wanted to comment on the discussion y'all were having the other day about, you know, especially with Jay, he's kind of not into understanding or understands Danhausen and doesn't really care much about himself.
Oh, so
I
you understand
get it.
Danhausen? You understand him?
I'm
I
not saying
actually
I
do.
understand him. I just feel like being the way he's been, where he comes out and does these little gimmicky things and all that, and now finally we're gonna get to see him wrestle. I think that part alone is the cool part. Like,
Have you-
snap! Now let's see what he could
forget-
really do.
Have you ever
It's
seen him
almost like
wrestle?
Orange Cassidy.
We
No,
can
I've
see
never
it.
seen
We
him.
can see it.
I've heard of him.
He's been a tag team champion. He's been a tag team champion in the Indies. He can wrestle. I'm not saying he is. You know what it is? It's just personally, I think it's burying Hook, man. I just don't think Hook should be in situations like this. I think it's like a clown show. I think Hook should be the way, like, he should be Mystique. That's how I feel about it. I don't think you should be in these type of scenarios or situations and book like this. Like, why we can't go straight to Tony Nese? Why we can't fight QT Marshall? Why we got to do these little hurdles for, you know what I'm saying? For no reason. Like, we're good the way we started it, right? And he spoke for the first time. I even wrote it down. You want my attention? You got it now. Like, that's awesome, man. That Mystique and the first words he says, like, I just don't understand why he's in these situations. I don't get it.
I like Hook, but I think that he's a little like it's over the top already. Like,
well, Hook right now is like a fucking fairy tale, right? He's like a fairy tale. He's coming in, perfect record, perfect, character. He gets all the wins. Well, I should say perfect bookings, right? He comes in, he kicks the shit out of you, gets the fucking dub, gets to leave like a badass. He's leading every kid's wrestler's life. Any kid that wants to become a wrestler, who wouldn't want to grow up getting this debut where you get to go in there, kick ass, get wins, and not even have to say a fucking word. And guess what?
He's a modern day Goldberg, basically.
Minus 200 pounds,
basically. Yeah. I mean, basically that's what it seems to be. Like, he's gonna just come out, beat everyone. But at least now he's wrestling an actual somebody.
Who is Danhausen wrestling?
It looks like it's setting up to
Hook. He challenged him to a match.
So we're gonna just see Hook beat the shit out of Danhausen, basically, is what we're gonna.
I don't think so. I think they're gonna sell it where he's gonna at least be a match. Hook might win. Hook might win. I think it's gonna be an actual match.
Do you think it's possible that Danhausen's the first person that beats Hook?
No.
It is AEW.
No.
He might play the curse thing, or this match is probably not even gonna end with a winner.
So you guys went over the fact that Adam Cole won against with some help from Jay Lethal. Lance Archer beat the shit out of Serpentico with a fucking that's what it's Jay Lethal didn't come on and give a little help for the distraction.
No.
I thought he did.
Jay White, not Lethal. White.
All right, Jay White. So correct me. Why you gotta wait fucking 6 minutes to correct me? Obviously, my mind is not there. You can help out. That's the point of being a guest host. You're gonna be a guest host and just dick around with me for 2 minutes.
I just wanted to see you sweat.
I'm not even sweating. I just want to know. Make sure we got that.
Jay White.
All right, so Jay White came out, gave out the big fucking help. That's why he got the easy win. But I like that. I did see that, and I like the fact that corresponds with what they did last week. Not even last week, on Dynamite, basically, where they said they were, going to start being the Undisputed Elite, and we're going to start taking over. So it's leading into that, at least. I like that.
We forgot to rate it, so we can rate it. I'll give it a 1.5.
Which one?
Adam Cole. We forgot to rate it.
Adam Cole versus Ishii?
Yeah, I'll give it 1.5.
I gave it a 2. I give it a 2.
I was going to say a 2.
Lance Archer, the Lance Archer match was like so fucking fast. That was another squash match. But I feel like the Gunther match from earlier was a better squash match than this one. Right? Or no?
Well, absolutely right.
At least this one, I think this one at least had a little meaning to it because, he's trying to get Wardlow's attention, doing his whole thing.
Yeah.
So it had a little more, at least, meaning to the.
That's true.
White
That's true. Did we? I don't remember. Did we get to see Jake the Snake at all? I don't remember seeing him. Did we see him today?
No, I don't think he came out today. No.
No, today
he did. He was out.
He was out.
He was in the ringside. Yeah.
Okay. Oh shit! I didn't know.
He was out. When Archer did the blackout, he was there in the ring.
That shit was hilarious on Wednesday when fucking Lance pushed him out of the way during that MJF promo.
Yeah, he was talking.
I don't want your damn money.
Yeah, that shit was good. I like that.
Reckless, bro.
That was probably the best on the mic moment I've seen from Lance Archer so far. That was great. The timing was perfect because it was such a great promo, And then he just comes in and fucks them both and says, "No, I don't need your fucking money. I'll kick his ass for free." It made him look cool, so I liked it. Did you guys talk about Eddie Kingston versus? No.
Daniel Garcia. No.
Yeah.
No.
So that was it. It was just Eddie Kingston versus Daniel Garcia. And I believe Jericho and Ortiz and Santana were all banned from ringside, correct? So it was just Eddie versus Daniel. I didn't see this match. Who won?
I did.
Eddie.
Eddie won with the turning
elbow.
With Jericho's move.
Spinning.
That
back
turning
fist.
slap,
It was
whatever
a
that he does.
spinning
It's not an elbow.
Back fist. Spinning back fist.
Yeah, you go. Spinning back.
Spinning back fist.
He
But
basically
it's the same idea.
he basically stole Jericho's
Of
move.
course. Basically, I hated this match. This match was horrible, bro. Nobody was only interested in this match. It was just a bunch of nothing, a bunch of knees to the ribs, chops in the mouth.
I like Eddie Kingston though. I like Eddie Kingston.
I don't.
He got a big
I
pop.
don't like Daniel Garcia.
I don't think anybody likes Daniel Garcia.
I just
Like,
don't like him in this group.
Is he a good wrestler though?
He's a high flyer.
Really?
That's about it.
Looks a
I'm
little.
not saying he's good. I'm
Alright.
just saying he's a high flyer.
All right.
Yeah. I mean,
How about Santana and Ortiz? You like them?
Santana and Ortiz? I like her.
I could see them being future tag team champs.
I think they should have been champions already.
Yeah, I agree with that. Within a circle run, they should all had gold, including Cody and Hager. Not Cody. I'm sorry. Sami.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sami's been having
Sami
gold.
didn't
But...
get it to left or he left.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So after that, I heard there was an interview with Tony Schiavone interviewing Keith Lee. So we're just gonna skip that because nobody cares about anything Keith Lee has to say. Correct?
At least not right now. No.
It's just sad that they're being utilized like this, but
It's sad that they're even in the fucking. It's sad that they're even in the building, because there's too much talent there. There's too much
it's just
talent
sad
there.
that they're cutting a promo.
You know, I first of all
So
the
you
time.
Keith Lee's outshined or something? That's what you're trying to say?
No, I'm saying
they're two great talents, and they're backstage cutting a promo with a guy, Tony Schiavone, that fucking sucks, bro. That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying there's plenty of guys in that locker room that should be on fucking TV every week. Guys like Pac, you know, like where's Pac, man? Like, give me my Pac. Give me where's the House of Black? Where's the House of Black?
They've only been doing promos.
That's literally the most talented trio in that company right now, wrestling ability wise, and they are doing nothing. Instead, what do we get? We get the main event with the AEW TBS Championship on the line. Jade Cargill defending against Marina Shafir in the main event, which was probably one of the best main events I've seen on Dynamite. I'm sorry, not Dynamite. Rampage. I don't watch Rampage that much. I usually DVR it because it's not live. The only time I watch it is when I go to the events live, and I maybe stick around. But yeah, it was actually a good main event for Rampage. I was very surprised. I did not expect to see that kind of action. In-ring wrestling, moves, psychology, selling to the crowd, power moves, submissions, combos, link chain wrestling. There was a lot of shit going on in this fucking match that you don't even see on a lot of matches on TV. During, you know,
I must have a different TV than you because I saw a different match. I don't know what the hell you.
You didn't see a good match? Me and Dave were really into that match.
Everything that you
Dave, am I lying? I was commentating that match. I was doing commentary on the match, Jose, and that match was good.
Listen.
You were doing commentating on what? Tell me what parts, because I can name some parts and
move for move.
Like, yeah.
That power slam for one. That power slam.
Yeah, I was just about to say that scoop power slam.
That scoop power slam was incredible. And then the combo link, like she did a couple of hits, turned it into a ground floor, and then she reversed it into a submission. And then it went into another link off the ropes. They did punches, combos. They took it outside. She took her to her friends. She worked the crowd. Crowd was beating. You know, her friend came in, gave her some real shots to the face. It looked like she. Yeah, her friends.
The crowd wasn't even up, man.
What do you mean?
Sitting down.
Her...
I saw children
here we go.
popcorn, drinking soda. I see people over there on their iPhones.
That may be
all of that. I didn't see none of that. You're talking about somebody that could sell? She was working on the left leg. The problem was working on that left leg, and she was limping on the outside on the left leg. Then all of a sudden, Jay Carwell, with that limp left leg, all of a sudden her left leg just got back up, started walking into the problem. took her ass and tried to body slam her into a table that didn't break, but her leg was totally fine, right? Her leg was moving like nothing happened.
Some would say
and this was a great match.
She had to listen. As Michael Cole would say, she had to dig deep. Okay, she dug deep. She did what she had to do. She got back in the ring and finished business, and she kept her belt. And tonight, out of all nights, I'm gonna defend Jade. Usually, I'm the one ripping her apart because I've hated almost all of her work.
She's still green.
I have hated mostly all of her work, but tonight, Jade, she put on a 4-star match tonight on Rampage. She did it, baby.
Look.
It was a good match. It delivered.
I am not a big fan of Jade, but
she delivered tonight.
You can see that she has been improving. You could tell that Daniel Bryan actually works with her and helps her with her wrestling. So she's been slowly. I'm not saying that she's good yet, because she ain't nowhere close as good, but she is getting better, at least in ring.
Now, Jose, before you rip David and me again, let me just point out this, okay? I know you're ready to just fucking pounce, but you're gonna wait. You're gonna wait. Maybe you need to upgrade to 8K or something. I don't know, because I was watching Jade in all the glory, and like I mentioned to David,
I don't know what the hell's going on.
I mentioned to David earlier that she is now the Charlotte Flair of AEW. She has the look. She has the drive. She has the potential. She was standing next. I'm not done. Don't laugh at me yet, goddammit. All right, you shut your ass up and respect my authority for 2 minutes.
China. I would say China.
I did mention that too. Give me my 2 minutes. Give me my 2 minutes, and then you can go nuts. All right. She has the same frame as China, same physique, same height as Charlotte. And if she actually puts in the work, which I think she's doing, because like David said, she's not there yet, but she's getting better every week. All I want to say is this, man. When I first watched the match at the beginning, I was expecting a complete shit show. Okay, Jose, you got to understand that. I went into this match with the absolute lowest expectations, thinking this was going to be a 0 fucking match because of what I saw on Dynamite. When I saw Marina Shafir like literally have the worst match on the card. It was a 1-star at best. Actually, no, it was a 0. I think I gave it a 0-star. That match was trash. What I saw from Wednesday to tonight, and actually, technically, it was in the same night. They had that match on Wednesday because Dynamite fucking and Rampage, they always tape it on the same night. So how she went from the performance she had early in the night and then came back to deliver that match, it's like watching a fucking superhero be born or something. Like, I couldn't believe it was the same person in the fucking ring. It was incredible. I couldn't believe it.
I don't know if that cigarette was too much for you. I don't know what TV you have or what you guys have. But I'm going to just start off and say, look, nobody is doubting guys saying that Jade Carwell got strength. She got the look. She got the hit. Nobody is saying none of that. What I'm saying is what I saw today was a shit show. Now, has she stepped up? Yes. You know who else stepped up too that you guys not paying attention to? The Problem. Rhea Shafir. Now, if you remember her in NXT, she didn't really do shit. All she did was a bunch of kicks and a bunch of run-ins. That's about it. And then she all did that for Shayna Baszler.
Yeah.
Over here, she has a look. She has a character. What she is a badass MMA fighter.
They have a lot of characters right now. I mean,
MMA fighter. It's working out here.
Technical difficulties.
But overall, you can always hear me. But overall, I saw a shit show of a match. All I saw was a bunch of power moves, which I know I was going to see from Jade Cargill, so that's what she always do.
I don't know. I think you blocked out
Red Velvet.
No, you blocked out the match, man. You blocked out the match because there's no way. They had some chain wrestling in there, man.
I saw someone that couldn't sell the left leg. I saw someone that was in a left knee bar twice, and she sold it, but then she couldn't sell it. She forgot. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, I am injured. Hold on a second. But I'll just body slam you to this table that didn't break for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know. Listen, I liked the match. You didn't. Let's just leave it at that. All overall, Rampage was decent. It was good. It wasn't. I've seen better Rampages, but it was decent. Whatever. You had some star power. Adam Cole opened up the night. Jade closed the night. Overall, I'm giving Rampage a 2.5. Whatever. I mean, Nothing crazy.
I say I got 3, maybe. Yeah.
3? All right. And Jose probably gives it a 1, right? And we're moving on.
I'm gonna give it 1.5.
All right.
Cole, so I'm gonna give it
fucking 1.5. Fucking stellar. All right. Well, there's your AEW Rampage bullshit. Now we can move on to the real discussion. We're gonna get right into WrestleMania 38 recap, 316 edition, because my friend and guest host here, David, would like to tell his take on the night, which he should have every right to. So, David, why don't you go ahead and start us off with your WrestleMania 38 experience that you got to witness first fucking hand. A little jealous that you got to see Stone Cold.
Well, for starters, I did go to WrestleMania only because Stone Cold was there. But overall, it was a great show. I did only go on Saturday. I didn't go on Sunday. And you know, the experience for me was a lot different because I had more personal experience, you know, with my kids and my wife being there.
Yeah.
So for me, it was more of like a personal type of thing, and the fact that I got to see Austin wrestle, you know, 19 years later, to see him wrestle live and my kids be there, and him, like, for him to go to the corners when he goes to do his normal entrance and all that, and have my kids with me and they're raising their hands too when he's up at the corner. It was for me personally, it was amazing for as a fan and as a father and all that. It was something more of a personal feat for me than just the fact of being at WrestleMania. Now, WrestleMania itself was awesome. Like how can I can't complain. I got to see Steve Austin. I got to see Undertaker. I got to see Cody Rhodes come back to WWE. You know, I got to see a great match between Bianca and Becky, which to me was the best match of the night. Cody's match was great. The thing that seeing it in person, it goes the match felt very slow paced. Being there, you know, when you watch it on TV, the commentators help to entertain the match a little more when it's a slow pace as they did. So for us live, it was a little bit of a battle to go through that match, but towards the end, it was great. They built up for it, and it turned out being a great match. But you know, without a doubt, the best part of the show was Steve Austin. So, I mean, I just can't go more about it. I can go on for hours talking about that, but that was the best part of. And you know, you guys did your little review before, and I got a little upset because I was there. So going through the matches, I could have gave you my live take of being there. So, you know, it just gave me my little small, quick, personal experience.
He was definitely upset because he started texting me at like about 6:54 in the fucking morning to bitch at me about it. Made sure that I knew.
It makes sense, right? Like, why not have the guy that was there?
So, what was your favorite match? You were only there for day one, right?
Yeah.
So you got to see Steve Austin defeat Kevin Owens, which I'm sure that was your favorite match of the night. What was your second favorite match of the night?
In reality, like I said, to me, my favorite match was the Becky match.
The Becky match.
The Austin match was the most entertaining match. Like, wrestling-wise, the Becky and Bianca match was the best wrestling.
Over Cody and Seth.
I just the way the match went, it was exciting the whole way through. Like I said, the Cody match, it was great, but it had a really slow build. They were really slow paced in the beginning. And being there in person, you know, without commentary, it's kind of almost like a little bit of a drag, kind of having that kind of match until it builds up. Once it got to the end of the match, the finish, building up to the finish, it got a little faster paced, and you can get more into it. The Becky and Bianca, it was straight, the whole match.
I remember that match being back and forth the whole time.
and it was seeing it in person. It's like it was much more entertaining.
Definitely more entertaining than the last match where I believe Becky won in like 18 seconds.
Yeah, basically.
So yeah. And what was your take on the whole Miz and Logan Paul? I enjoyed it. I thought he did a great job. Would you think you saw it live?
My personal feelings aside, I would give it to Logan Paul. He did a lot better than I thought. I don't like Logan Paul, so that's probably why I had a biased opinion about him. So the most of the time I was there saying you suck, and he filled it. He filled his role because he pissed me off when he did the Three Amigos and he did the Eddie Guerrero shake and did the frog splash. I was pissed off. I was.
So he did his job.
If he could have heard me, he knew I didn't like him that night.
he did his job, and I'm sure you had a good view of that.
Yeah, I did.
Nice. Yeah, and also Drew McIntyre defeated Happy Corbin. I thought that match was just fucking useless. Worst match of the night, or did you think the Usos match was worse?
At least the Drew match had like an actual ending. Like the Usos match, I was confused when it ended because it had happened so abruptly that I didn't know what was going on, and someone next to me told me that like, oh look, Boogs got hurt, and you can see him getting carried away, and I'm like, is that a real injury? And I was like, no, I think it was real. It seemed like they just ended it because of that. So I was lost when it had ended.
Surprise! I'm gonna clip that, Jose, so I can send it to you later. I'm glad that you like to pick your nose in front of 45 people.
Sorry.
Someone just made a comment in the chat about that. They're like, this guy's digging deep.
Nice.
Yeah, I gotta dig deep, man. Okay.
That's great. Fantastic moments here. Wrestling with Savage. Jose's tapping out. All right. Well, you saw day 2.
Got something to do.
You saw day 2 also. What was your favorite match from day 2? Day 2 you saw from home, right?
Yes, I saw it from home.
So what was your favorite match? I'm guessing either Edge, AJ, or Brock and Roman, right?
Funny enough, you want to laugh? I think the best match was the Knoxville match.
Which one?
The Knoxville match.
Oh,
yeah,
match.
Hold on.
I'm gonna let. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. You hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna let you and Jose take this one. I'm gonna hear just the argument because I already know how he feels about this match. So yeah, you go ahead. Tell Jose about how you feel about that match.
Hold on. Now, I'm not saying it's the best match. I said it was the most entertaining match. That's one. 2, I think the best match actually was the McAfee match.
That's the most entertaining match, I believe. I think you got it wrong.
Are you including the most entertaining because Steve Austin came out, or the
No, I'm just including that whole night. Is that the same night as Austin or different? That's night 2.
Well, remember, right? Austin came out after that.
So night 2. I'm talking about night 2.
Yeah, where's night 2? Yeah, night 2. He came out.
I have my notes right here because I thought it was the dumbest. I mean, Andre the Giant would literally roll over his grave right now just seeing that match. I mean, that's horrible. I swear, like this is crazy. We saw Sami Zayn.
It's a gimmick match, though. You got to remember, it's a gimmick match. You can't go in there thinking anything above it being a gimmick.
Johnny Knoxville. Listen, I like Johnny Knoxville too, but stop defending him. No. This Johnny Jackass, man. We're seeing Sami Zayn, a guy that was in ROH El Generico, having great matches with Kevin Steen, even great ladder matches. All of a sudden, he's taking crazy bumps from a guy Knoxville. One punch, this guy is taking the craziest bump I ever seen. Looks like Dolph Ziggler out there.
It's not the first we've seen that. Who else done that? The Miz has done that stuff all the time.
But listen, I'm not saying it's the first, but we don't need to see 37 minutes of this trash, right?
Well, the match did go long. It did go long. No, and actually, I would. Listen, it's like I said. If you're going into that match thinking that you're gonna go see some kind of technical, high-profile match, then you were wrong. You had to know that you're gonna go into seeing some ridiculousness and outrageous stuff. And
I was just going into a 37 intermission. That's what all I was getting into. A 37-minute intuition of me checking on my car, checking on the family, getting a beer, getting popcorn. I don't know what it is. I didn't see anything there that was remotely interesting. It was embarrassment. Everybody's Macho Man is rolling over his grave just seeing this match that he saw a giant wooden mousetrap coming out. Like, it's horrible. And then we saw Party Boy just dancing naked. What the fuck was the point of that?
It was great. It was entertaining, and that's the point.
Yeah, for MTV, not for fucking WrestleMania. I just paid $1,000-something to watch Party Boy dance for no apparent reason. You gotta be kidding me.
Not me. I paid $1,000 to go see Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Exactly. Exactly. And you know what they say? Maybe Savage don't know this, but you know what they say? That night one was a lot better than night two because it had 78,000 fans compared to 76,000 fans in night two.
Well, that's true. And I agree that night one was way better than that. And I'm not saying that because I was there, but it's just a fact. I mean, you got Cody Rhodes returning. You got Steve Austin wrestling after 19 years, which you didn't even know about till the night of, because me being there, I still couldn't believe it until I heard that bell ring. That's when I was like, oh, this is really happening. Because in all honesty, I was still in denial until I heard that bell
Check
ring.
this out. Sami Zayn charged at Knoxville into the corner. Knoxville pulls out an air horn in his face. Supposedly, Sammy's face reacts and like he's afraid of the air horn. Stupid. It's a spray can with fucking air. Are you telling me this is what I paid to see? Is this a great match? This is stupid to me. This is stupid.
He took that bowling ball straight to the nuts, though. I tell you that much. That was great.
But that's stupid.
But that's the point. That's why you see. That's why it's fun. That's the fun.
This is probably why Savage doesn't wrestle, because he sees this comedy shit. It's why do we need it in WrestleMania? I know you're trying to sell seats, but the best thing we could get last year, we got this Grammy-winning artist. Now we're going to a jackass. Like, that's what we went. We went from year to year. Is this how we do? I mean, I don't know.
I mean, I don't even think they were expecting what Bad Bunny ended up doing. Nobody did.
Well, so. I think some people did expect it, like The Undertaker when he made that comment and say, "Hey, man, this guy freaking moved out here. He moved out here for what, 2 months or so, trained." You know what I'm saying? Now that's respect coming from a fucking legend himself. I mean, other people could vouch for that. We've seen interviews about that. I mean, what the hell? We see Johnny Knoxville, a guy that comes into a Royal Rumble, I guess, trying to fill up seats. I mean, I don't know if anybody knows what state the Royal Rumble in. We could understand why. But come on now. Like, what are we? We're trying to promote a movie here? Or, come on, we can't have this guy at WrestleMania taking up 37 minutes. I mean, Savage looked at it. I told Savage, I was like, hey, it's been longer than 30 minutes. Like, nah, man, you crazy. But turned out it was 37 minutes.
I couldn't believe that match went 37 minutes. I was kind of shocked when he told me that.
It didn't feel like 37 minutes.
It fucking did to me, too. I thought the match was a joke. That was a match to go to the refrigerator, get some beverages, get some food, get some snacks. Yeah, if you're there live, I could see you having a good time with that match because you don't really have a choice. And you're fucking there, you paid for it, you better suck it up and like it. But at home, yeah, I can go to the bathroom real easy. I don't gotta wait online. I don't have to wait online to go get pretzels or hot dogs. I just go to my fridge. And that was a better option than watching that match. Now, I did catch the end of the match, which I'm leaning towards more Jose's side. I think he's going a little over the top, saying these people would be spinning in the grave, because by now they already know what to expect from Vincent Kennedy McMahon, and that's going to be, there's always going to be that one gimmick match. That's just outrageous.
I don't really think Macho Man thought of this, man. It's crazy. This is just ridiculous.
Pretty sure Macho Man.
Did I really see a leg machine in the fucking ring?
I'm pretty sure Macho Man.
Spider-Man. Are you kidding me right
Macho Man hasn't seen or heard a fucking thing in a long fucking time because he's fucking dead. Okay? Because he's fucking dead.
I don't want to hear what your TVs have. This is an embarrassment to wrestling. I can't believe we're even talking about this. We need to move on to the next match. This is an embarrassment.
Okay, well, David, apparently that was his favorite match from WrestleMania Day 2. I disagree with him. My favorite match was probably... honestly, I enjoyed watching a couple of matches, but the Roman and Brock match delivered just because you waited all night for it. After the match...
abruptly, though.
It did, and it was like it was the same. It was the same thing that we've seen so many times.
We were even lost when. First of all, I didn't even understand it because when you looked at the time, there was still like a good 7-8 minutes left of the show. So it's like, why did it just abruptly end it with a spear?
Because Austin Theory and Vince McMahon and Pat McAfee ate up all the fucking time. Especially Vince McMahon coming down to the ring. That added like 8 minutes to that match, just that. I mean, it was already a long match because Pat McAfee and Austin Theory were all over the fucking place. Actually, I was very surprised with that match. I thought Pat McAfee...
That was a great
I mean,
match.
honestly, he's great at commentary. He's great at podcasting. He's great at professional football. And guess what? He's great at professional wrestling, too.
Yeah, man, that jump from the to the top rope,
Live.
that was crazy. One shot, boom.
And Austin Theory did the job, and guess what? 2 weeks later, he's taking selfies with Vince McMahon holding up the United States Championship, so it was well worth it for him.
Yeah, that's probably what's the deal. He's like, hey, let McAfee win. 2 weeks later, we'll take care of you. Don't worry about it.
That's
Damn, I must wait a minute. According to my notes, I must have a different TV. The only thing I saw entertaining was freaking Pat McAfee and Vince taking that botched stunner. That's the only.
Well, that's the match we're talking about. So what's the problem?
So wait a minute. You're telling me you didn't find that match entertaining at all?
I didn't say I found the match entertaining. I said that was probably the most entertaining thing of night 2. I didn't like the Reigns and Lesnar. I felt like we saw that so many times. A bunch of power moves, a bunch of Superman punches versus a bunch of men, versus a bunch of German suplexes. I get it. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. I got the pop and all that. We did this already 4 years ago in New Orleans. Now we're doing it again in Dallas, Texas. I don't need to see it again. Right, guys? We knew who was going to win. It's obvious. This guy, Brock Lesnar, is a part-timer, one of the greatest sellers in the whole world. If you guys did not see that, he's one of the greatest sellers in the whole world. And basically, we knew that Roman Reigns was going to walk away with both titles, which was supposed to be one title, which we still haven't made yet. So that's where we're at.
I'm looking up something right now, guys, because it's just kind of weird to me that WrestleMania 38 has a 2-night event, and there was only 14 matches total. And not including the Access shows and the pre-WrestleMania shows. Main
I'm
event.
just gonna say
There was one pre-match, right? Because I didn't catch the pre-match.
I didn't catch that. I didn't really care.
I think it was the New Day versus. It was New Day versus another. I forgot who.
The New Day was in a pre-match. That would be crazy.
I don't know. I think 7 is the magic number for a lot of manias. I got to look this up. I'm interested now at what the average number of matches is.
35 was mad matches. Dude.
Yeah. We were there for like 8 fucking hours.
We didn't even talk about AJ Styles versus Edge.
Well, we were still getting into that. We're still here. This is all WrestleMania right now. This is all WrestleMania related. It doesn't. There's no order here. This is just random discussion. The discussion I'm trying to bring up right now is the fact that I'm looking at the full WrestleMania 14 card right now, and there's only 7 matches on here. There's a tag team battle royale, a light heavyweight championship, Taka Michinoku. You got a European championship, Triple H with China defeating Owen Hart to retain. A mixed tag team match with Mark Merrill and Sable defeating the Artist formerly known as Goldust and Luna. Okay, hold on. I know this is all irrelevant, but it's going to get to my bigger point. And then there was a dumpster match for the World Tag Team Championship between Cactus Jack, Terry Funk, defeating the New Age Outlaws, which that was actually fun. And then, of course, we all know the main event. Stone Cold beat Shawn Michaels for the WWF Championship. I'm going to do more research later this week, and I want to find out what the average number of matches total is at WrestleMania. Is it 7? Is it 10? Because I feel like a lot of Manias that I've watched, it felt like there was 12 or 13 matches sometimes.
Well, remember, like, the old WrestleManias, they were like regular pay-per-views back then. They used to do 3-4 hours, not 7-8 hours. Like
yeah, but this year,
down to 2 days.
Mania was only like 3-4 hours this year.
4 hours a day.
4 hours each, huh?
It was 8 hours.
So how do they only fit 7 matches in an 8-hour card? Like
I don't like the 2-day.
7 and 7.
I'm not a fan of the 2-day. I'm not a fan of the 2-day.
For me, the 2-day was a good thing for me because it gave me a choice on what I wanted to do, especially in my circumstance where I was taking my wife and my kids and all that. So it helped me in my pocket. Now, if you have to do the 2 nights, that's you looking at not only buying your tickets for 2 nights, but you got to buy your parking tickets for 2 nights. You got to do all those things. That you
it's double. It's double your money. It's double your money.
Double the money.
It's double your money on everything.
It's all a catch-22. You know, like you're getting caught. If you want to see the whole show, get ready to drop on some money because that's basically.
Overall, as a fan of wrestling and WrestleMania, I enjoy a one-night event. This way, there's more hype to it. There's more entitled. Like, you know what I mean? When there's a 2-night thing, it's like it already happened. How can you be as excited for it again? You know what I mean? You're supposed to be excited for this event all year long. Then the event comes Saturday, and that event was better than the next one coming up. Because for me, seeing Stone Cold, seeing Cody, nothing that's going to happen on Sunday is going to be better than that. Automatically.
I'm just going to personally say that if you look at both nights and you look at both cards, you could have easily just fit into this one night Sunday and just eliminate some of the matches on the card. We don't need to see a 4-way tag team match for the Raw Women Tag Team title. We don't need to see a 4-way tag team match for the men's. We don't need to see that. It's just a waste. It's just a waste of time.
This leads
we don't need to see Drew versus. No offense to Drew. I love Drew. He held it down for the COVID era. We don't need to see him with Happy Corbin taking up time in WrestleMania. We don't need it.
So this leads to my next question. This leads to my next question. All right, since you're saying we don't need to see this, we don't need to see that.
You don't.
Hold on. Can I get my question out? I think you're drinking too much over there.
I'm not drinking too much, but I'm telling the truth, man. We don't need to see these type of matches. I think it could fit into one night, and I think
we don't need to hear you tell us we don't need to see these matches 22 times, 3 times, 4 times. Yes, 22. No, we know. Now my question to you is this: since you don't want to see this match, you don't want to see that match. I don't want to see matches. He doesn't want to see matches. Who are the people that you would have wanted to see on this year's WrestleMania that we didn't?
Finn Balor, first of all.
Finn Balor for sure, yes.
Why are we burying him? What did he do wrong? Why did he get buried to theory?
He had a title too.
Here's one.
He had a title too. Why did he just lose it all of a sudden?
Why is
got that title?
Why is Ezekiel making his debut on Raw and not WrestleMania?
Why is Ezekiel even made, man?
Well, Elias or Ezekiel, either the same guy.
Why do we change?
If you're going to bring him back, why not bring him back at Mania in some kind of way?
So we brought him back from a guitar singer that he had the crowd in his hand. Now we brought him to a clown show.
Clown show.
Where do you think he was going to come out though? Like during the Austin match?
I didn't want
because he's feuding with Kevin Owens.
No. Maybe he could have came out for the Andre Giant Memorial. Maybe he could have been the winner of that. Screw Madcap Moss. Something.
Listen, nobody was talking about him.
Yeah, but look at Mad Cat now. Are we talking about Mad Cat? No. It would have been the same outcome if he would have won. We'd been like, whatever.
No, because no. That's not true. That's not true because Ezekiel is a better storyteller than Mad Cat Moss. So if Ezekiel would have came out at the Battle Memorial Royal, we would be talking about it. You want to speak with a fucking Zeke. You know you want to speak with Zeke. All right? Don't lie. Don't deny it. You too, Jose. You have a different everything.
You must got an 8K TV. I got this 4K. I don't know what you're seeing right now.
All right. Well, we got your answers. You guys wanted to see Finn Balor. That's fucking cool. Next question is, WrestleMania 38, where would you rank it in your WrestleManias? Is just yes or no questions right now. No conversations yet.
Wait, I didn't even think we'd talk about the Styles and Edge.
We're gonna get into that. We can get into that. This is just WrestleMania right now. I want to know where this WrestleMania ranks up in your minds. Is it top 5 in your minds all time?
Hell no.
Hell no, right?
I mean,
not even top 10.
For me, you got it.
Personally, is up there because I went there. But
yes,
I don't know. If you want to go all around, I mean, come on, like Stone Cold returned 19 years, dude. Like,
That's
So-
how can you beat that?
So where do you put that in your top 5 WrestleManias? Is it in your top 5 or no? That's my main question. Is it in your top 5, Dave?
Hell no. Hell no.
I want to know how much of a fucking mark you are right now on live stream.
I'm trying to think, but I don't think I would put it up. I mean, like I said, for my personal and myself, yes, like personal. But if you're gonna put it all through,
It's all personal, Dave.
all around WrestleManias, no, it wouldn't be
Dave,
top 5.
Dave, it's all personal.
You know what I mean, like being there, because I've been to 2 WrestleManias, and I don't see 35 better than this one.
It's all personal.
So yeah, this one already outshined 35.
Oh man,
I don't know what to tell you.
damn! I feel the sweat. Sweat's coming down on the right side. Jose's wife's making the debut on the stream before mine and yours.
She had to, show support for the
That's it.
fans out here for me.
WrestleMania, man.
Showing support. Yeah, man.
WrestleMania.
So-
all right, so let's get into
that.
Edge.
You want my
Edge.
opinion on it?
Edge.
I thought we were rating it.
What are we rating? What do you want to rate?
I was gonna say that it
WrestleMania?
was one of the. Well, I thought that's what.
Because you said no. So what are you rating it? I only asked you if it was in your top 5, and you said no. So that it's
Hell
no.
no. Nah,
So no, that's it.
Nah.
And David, it's in your top 5, yes?
No, I just say
Okay,
no.
so it's not in your top 5. All right, that's all I wanted to know. All right, so what is your favorite WrestleMania of all time? David, and then Jose.
Oof. That's hard, man.
That's hard.
Do you want to know mine?
Because there was a lot of matches that were mid that wasn't even the main event.
You mean in the whole WrestleMania? Or
Come on,
like,
man. Am I speaking fucking like a plain alien fucking language? What is your favorite fucking question of all time? What is your favorite WrestleMania of all time? That question is pretty easy. And now I'm not going to
Okay,
ask
17.
you. Shut the fuck up. I don't care anymore. You know why I don't care anymore? Because you had to ask me a silly question. What? You had to ask me a silly question. What?
I don't know if you meant by a match or you meant
17?
the entire show. I
So-
say 17.
So for you, it's the heel turn of Austin and Rock? Is that part?
That and the TLC match.
TLC.
in it,
Fire. Absolute fire.
those 2 alone outdo most
And
WrestleMania.
for you, Jose, favorite WrestleMania of all time? 16? 17? 18?
2000.
I think he really liked the one with Jericho.
I'm gonna say 12.
12. Okay.
Wow. Interesting.
Okay.
Michaels and Bret Hart.
Okay. 12.
Is that 12?
Yeah. For
Yeah,
me,
I was in
12.
between
12.
17 and 15,
12.
but
Nah,
17.
12.
nah, for me, it's 6 or 18.
Nah, 12.
6 or 18.
Yeah, either Hogan versus Warrior or Hogan versus The Rock. Because that match to me, just like I don't remember as a 17-year-old. Actually, no, 18, right? I was 18 years old. I had just got the WWF title. I'm 18 years old. I'm having the time of my life, and I just remember being wasted, and just couldn't believe that I'm watching Hulk Hogan in what is, in my opinion, the main event of that WrestleMania. Because no one's following that match. You will never, to this day, ever witness a crowd get into a match the way that they were into that match from the minute these guys walked out to the minute they walked out.
I have a question for that.
It was beautiful.
In all honesty, do you think it would have been a louder pop had it been Steve Austin versus Hulk Hogan?
Absolutely, maybe. I can't say yes, but absolutely, maybe. Big time debate there. Yeah, could have been. Austin is a better superstar than The Rock is as far as the WWE universe is concerned.
Who would have had the bigger pop, Hogan or Austin?
Hogan.
Hogan.
Without a doubt.
Hogan.
It's still his house. It's still the house he built.
I feel like it would have felt a little even.
You got to remember, Hulk Hogan walked out there supposed to be a heel, and the crowd didn't give a fuck about any of that. They said, no. I took my vitamins. I took my vitamins.
Heel, nobody accepted him.
I said my... Yeah, but that's in his current run, though. We're talking about a guy who's coming back 10 years off being on camera. Almost. Off this company's TV show. All right? It's crazy. It's kind of like with Stone Cold coming back 19 years later and then winning a pop. Meanwhile, Now, the only way that Stone Cold can compare to Hulk Hogan is if he went on a championship run right now. That's the only way to me. That's why I can't look at guys and say that they're better than Hulk Hogan. Because what Hulk Hogan did in so many eras, and this is the next question I wanted to get into, which is, who's your favorite superstar of all time and why? And my favorite superstar of all time and why is Hulk Hogan. Because my man went from company to company to company and did what he did in every company. Dominate. Dominate the merch, dominate the belts, dominate the rankings, dominate the stories. Did everything. Unfortunately, Stone Cold never got to dominate WCW. And that might have been WCW's downfall. Because if they would have let him do his thing in WCW, maybe we wouldn't be having these conversations about WWF WrestleMania, because maybe we'd be talking about WCW Starrcade.
Well, I don't know about that one, but
You don't know. They definitely they didn't let him do his thing.
They dropped the ball with Steve.
They did. But my point is, Hogan, wherever he went, he was treated like a boss, and he delivered merch, fans in seats, great storylines. Like, he had some of the best storylines of all time, especially ancient times. Ancient times, that's what I call it now, because that's what it feels like. Fucking 80s. Miss Elizabeth, Macho Man. Every character that he did a story with, it was like epic. His story with Andre the Giant, epic. Macho Man, epic. You know what I mean? Like, Stone Cold had The Rock, he had Triple H. That's his equivalent. So I'll let Jose answer, because obviously from Stone Cold, his wallpaper over here, we know his answer. Who's your favorite of all time?
You mean, well,
favorite superstar?
I'm gonna say
all time.
Who really got me into wrestling. Now, people were telling me about this guy that drank beer and he whips people's asses, but I wasn't really into. When I heard that, I decided to turn it on, and it was really The Rock that I think just cut a promo and was calling people Rudy Poo, and I was just like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, Rudy Poo? I never heard of this before. Like, he was just saying things that I think was just way ahead of our time, and I think it just got me hooked. And then from there, I got hooked into other characters and other superstars, and I was more interested. You know, if you tell me who is the greatest superstar that achieved things, I would tell you Triple H without a doubt. But if you tell me who got hooked, who got me hooked,
no, now who got you hooked?
It would be The Rock.
Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite superstar of all time?
And it would be Triple H. I think he was the greatest worker. He wasn't the money draw, which, you know, everybody could obviously see, but he worked with big office attraction. So he was definitely getting the money, and the guy could work. It's not like he was a mid. He could work. The thing was that he couldn't draw, you know, he couldn't put people asses to seats. And that's why he has Stone Cold and The Rock. And thanks to them, you know, it made him to what he is today.
Yeah, but some would say he had bigger accomplishments than them.
Of course.
Some would say.
He was running the company.
Four-time team champion. You know, he's going to be in the Hall of Fame. You know, he's already with DX and everything.
Oh, I'm not even talking about. I'm not talking about his work. I'm not talking about his work in the ring. I'm talking about his work in the bedroom.
Yep.
Sealed the deal, my friend. Sealed.
When you have
deal.
kids,
you got 4 human beings out of it, so.
Hey, it's 4 now. I thought it was 3.
Was it 3 or was it 4? I'm not sure. I think it was 4.
I thought it was 3 girls.
Yeah, Triple H is probably my second favorite all time. But real quick, let's go back to WrestleMania. We wanted to talk about Edge versus AJ Styles, which had a good storyline going into it, and the storyline seems to be getting better post WrestleMania. But I wish they would actually do a little more with it. I think they're slow burning it. We'll see where it goes. What did you guys think of the match?
I disagree. I think Edge and Damian Priest, and I hope they get Rhea Ripley, which is a rumor from what everybody's saying. And now that she turned heel, it might actually come true. But what he's doing is better than what Aleister Black, Brody King, and Buddy Murphy, Buddy Matthews, whatever.
Yeah, but they didn't get the chance. In their defense, they didn't get the chance.
They're doing it better, and they're introducing it better because you know their motives behind Edge and Damian Priest of why they're doing what they're doing.
The only reason it works...
the back is doing all this special lights effects, this and that. But you know what? Edge is making it better.
He's the only reason.
Don't see the comparison? I don't
know. It's the history. It's the history that Edge has.
It's not making it better. It's just the presentation.
presentation. They went into the locker room and they flickered the lights. That shit was fucking trash. Come on.
Tony
you even
Khan
said it. You were watching it. What are you talking about?
Tony Khan doesn't know how to present.
The first night.
I do not like House of Black. I'm going to tell you right now. I do not like House of Black. You guys may like House of Black. I do not like House of Black. I think there's some 2 out of 3 great talents there. But besides that, I do not like them together. I think the WWE is making it their own.
You know what? Take your time. Take your time because I need a good 5 minutes after this.
They're making it a lot better.
Get it out.
Promo-wise, Damian Priest don't even have to say a word.
Here we go.
He explained to you why he's doing what he's doing. And hopefully they
You hear this, Dave?
Too. I do not sure.
Now, see, I'm going to go with his bullshit. I think he's definitely watching a different fucking channel.
I don't need to see the hocus pocus. I don't need to see the hocus pocus. I saw Matt Hardy elevate from a balcony all the way to the ring in the COVID
All
games.
right.
I don't need to see any more of this black crap.
Are you done yet?
Brody King, a fat tattoo guy that can't even wrestle. I'm sorry. I don't need to see that guy on TV. I'd rather see the Butcher. Okay? And I'm not a fan of the Butcher.
Okay, I like the Butcher. I like the Butcher.
I would like him too over Brody King. If you're telling me,
can I rebut now?
3 great talents.
You made 12 statements. You've made 12 statements. Can I rebut to one of them?
I'm taking a drink because
all right,
the blood was just boiling and I have to cool off.
All right,
so
you done yet?
You know,
I need 5. I need 5 minutes. I need 5 minutes. You gotta let me say my piece now. All right.
5 minutos.
All right. I need 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Well, I'll say something. AJ Styles gave Edge a superplex off the turnbuckle to the ring apron. I thought that was a great spot. Dave,
yes.
What do you thought about that when you saw that? That must have been a great pop.
Oh yeah.
He wasn't there. He was fucking home watching it.
I wasn't there. I was watching it from home.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were. Yeah, Sunday I watched it.
But it
was good. Yeah. Come on, you can't. What do you expect?
All right. On my take on this, yes, Edge is the right man to do this storyline, and the only reason it is Edge's job is because he has the history with the Ministry of Darkness. He has the history with the Brood, but they could present it so much fucking better. It's a simple little black set with a black desk and a black fucking scale and a nice chair. And he's just talking. Now, Edge is a great talker. Edge is a great worker. I love Edge. His matches the last 2 years since he's come back, he puts on pretty much almost the best match of every card he's on most of the times because of his intensity. He makes every punch look real. He takes every bump as hard as he fucking can. He hits the ropes as fucking hard as he can. He grabs people as hard as he hits them. He goes hard, bro. He is the pinnacle of professional wrestling in today's world. He's just as good as Randy Orton, if not fucking better. He's just as good as John Cena, if not better. He is the man for the job. He's going to be a WWE champion again before the end of the next 2 years. He will have 1, 2, maybe 3 more title reigns. I'm calling it now. Now, to get back into what Jose was talking about, saying about Damian Priest, this and that, he's a nice compliment to Edge, and he can work this gimmick as well. But what the writers and creative are doing are taking this sick gimmick that should be like incredibly done with beautiful videos and beautiful vignettes and beautiful special effects. And what are they doing? They're flashing fucking lights in Damian's eyes, so they glaze off his little fucking contacts, and then they go to commercial. And then what do? They attack someone in the locker room, they blinker some fucking lights, and then the guy's getting his arm bashed into a fucking, draw. These are things we've seen 150 times. It's nothing new. My point is, if you have a creative like Edge, who's so good in the ring, so good on the mic, any job you give him, he's going to deliver to you perfect. Why are we giving him the same people that are writing for Ezekiel? Or the same people that are writing... Like, get him a fucking crew who is going to put together godlike vignettes and godlike presentation so he can come across... He wants... Right now, you guys aren't maybe realizing this. He's trying to come across as a god. Right? Am I wrong? He's trying to come across as a god. He is proclaiming that the wrestling business is his. Am I wrong? Did I not hear that like almost twice? That he is the pinnacle, he is it, he is the master of this entire industry. WWE, AEW, New Japan, wherever. Don't matter. This is my world. He's saying it on live TV. So my point is they should present it like that. And one more thing before you guys start ranting. House of Black. I never said I like House of Black. I never said I love House of Black. But I love the members of House of Black, with the exception of the one guy that just joined, who has the balls to name himself Brody, right? What's his name?
Brody King.
Yeah, Brody King. There you go. He's got balls. I'll give him that. He's got balls for using the name Brody. But Aleister Black, okay, and Pac, or whoever, right? That's the three. It's Pac, Aleister Black, and Brody Lee.
It's Aleister Black, Buddy Murphy, or whatever his name is.
Oh, that's right. They got Buddy Murphy now. Wasn't Pac with him at one point? Or Pac, what's he doing?
Pac is in the
Death Triangle. Yeah, we don't see these guys anymore. That would have been a good feud.
Ray's injured. I think that's why.
Whatever. I like Malachi Black. He's one of the best in the business.
I personally love House of Black. I think the gimmick is great. I love the vignettes they do with the black shadow, and they come out of the shadow and all that.
But where's it going? That's what I'm wondering right now. Where is it? They don't get TV time.
Yeah, they're not. Every time they have a match, it's usually like quick.
That's why Jose doesn't like House of Black, because Jose, he likes people that are on TV.
I'm sorry. I don't know how many people are listening to us right now. How many is that?
I don't know.
45. But anyway,
I don't think so.
I just went over to check my TV because it's a 3D TV. Tomorrow I gotta go replace it for a 4K TV because I don't know what the hell you guys are seeing. You guys are telling me House of Black is good, this and this. I don't know, man. I gotta get checked.
I'm seeing Aleister Black. Aleister Black is good, man. You don't think Aleister Black is a major player in the industry?
Listen, this is Aleister Black's signature all over it. Tony Khan is just letting him do it, man, because Tony Khan's a fucking fan. He's not a real booker, okay? That's number one. He's letting him do these little magical acts that we've seen already in past, whether it's WWE, TNA, whatever. Pick your pick. We've seen this already so many times. The only thing I'm saying is that Edge and Damian Priest don't got to say a word because we know he really can't talk that well, right? So he don't really got to say nothing, but they're just doing it better, and I feel like they're presenting it better, and they're explaining their motives, and they just explained it this past Monday more about their motives, how Edge had to beg for a WrestleMania match, how Damian Priest was not in the WrestleMania card at all. You know what I'm saying? A former United States champion now is not in the main event or any of the card at WrestleMania Night 1 or Night 2. You guys got to see it like that. They're just presenting it well. They're just explaining it well. Tony Khan is just...
So wait, you're not giving Tony Khan any credit for his booking over the last 2 years?
Well, this is not his idea, so I'm
talking about AEW. I'm talking about. Forget Aleister Black right now. Because listen, you're name dropping right now. You started bombing Tony's work immediately, so now I got to ask you.
Absolutely.
What do you think of Tony Khan's overall booking of AEW in general over the last year? Hangman becoming Page.
I do not know how he won Booker of the Year. If someone can explain that to me in detail with evidence and everything, how he won Booker of the Year, then please explain that to me. I do not see Booker of the Year.
Did you know that Jose has almost... How many MJF shirts do you have, Jose?
I got 2 right now.
That's why he's Booker of the Year, David.
It's not about that. I'm just talking the obvious. I'm talking about there's so many better bookers out there.
I don't know.
I'm just
name one of them.
Well, don't forget that William Regal back then was a booker, right? He was looking for talent, right? All over getting the indies like Johnny Garcia.
We're talking about last year, though. We're talking about last year.
No, I'm just saying Booker of the Year. I'm just saying that why would Tony Khan win Booker of the Year? Why? What match did he do last year?
He had great
opinions.
He had big pay-per-view numbers.
So you're going to tell me none of the pay-per-views weren't good? He books all shows that are done.
I'm not saying that.
Almost. No.
He's not.
No.
For last year, he was. For last year, he was.
You literally just...
No.
You literally just said it. You just said he doesn't book well.
No,
right?
He does not.
Right? No, you say you're not a good booker, right? But then when we argue, when we bring up you to argue about he has good pay-per-views when he's the only booker, if he's having good pay-per-views, that means he's doing something right. So he's the only booker. Nobody else.
A good pay-per-view. Hold on, boys. Hold on.
I could rebuttal.
Boys, hold on. A good pay-per-view is defined by having a minimum of 150,000 buys. which every pay-per-view AEW did last year had minimum 150,000 buys. And the other thing that each pay-per-view had, hold on, the other thing each pay-per-view had was pretty well thought out storylines that were given time to marinate and then finally build up to a match, and then you got the match and you got the payoff. Example, CM Punk MJF. Example, Hangman Adam Page and Kenny Omega. Example, Young Bucks versus, I believe it was at the time, the two guys that won it. Who won it from the...
You don't know.
No, because the guy got injured. Ray Phoenix. Ray Phoenix got injured. I haven't seen him.
Phoenix is a money card to you guys? Come
Ray
on,
Phoenix,
man.
they were a great tag team.
Wait, so you don't like... Wait a minute. No.
Penta and Ray Phoenix put on insane matches, bro.
Best tag teams
Yeah, they are. Top 5 in the world.
You're bugging if you're not giving them credit.
Top 5 in the world. Top 5 in the world.
Talking about, they're awesome. When they come out, I've seen them live. Their pops are crazy. When they're doing the Cero Mielo, everybody says that shit.
Yeah.
Where's Ray Phoenix? He's injured.
He got injured, though. That's what happened.
Exactly.
That's why.
They're a tag team.
But that doesn't mean that... But that doesn't change the fact, Jose, that they had like over 5 different 5-star matches.
They're being underutilized. You guys aren't getting it.
Didn't
But they're not being underutilized. They got a championship run before a lot of teams.
Didn't Penta just have a match, though?
How long ago was that?
Yeah, against CM Punk. Against CM Punk. And that CM Punk match was that CM Punk star, Dave? Dave, I gave that match. I gave that match.
I didn't say that match.
I gave that match a 5-star.
I said tag team.
I gave that match a 5-star.
That was a great match. I love Penta.
It was a sick match.
Ray,
Penta's incredible.
I don't know what, like you said with your TV must be cracked and broken or something.
They were both incredible.
Ray and Penta are freaking
There's
awesome.
nothing, you can't say nothing bad about Penta or Ray Phoenix. Like, come on. They're incredible.
They're being
And they've had the
underutilized.
titles and everything.
All right, so they're being underutilized. They got their push, though.
There you go.
But Ray's hurt right
But
now.
they're only being underutilized.
They were being underutilized before he got
How is that?
No.
When they had the AAA championship and
No, they're not being. They
AEW championship at the same
They
time.
lost it,
No.
didn't they? They lost to the FTR.
No, you guys are wild.
They still had it though. You're taking away credit when credit was there. You're not giving the credit where it's due.
I'm not. I'm just pointing the obvious.
No,
I'm
Jose,
basically pointing
sorry.
that Tony Khan's not
2-1 on this one. You are definitely wrong. If I can get my piece in, they are being underutilized.
Ask your fans on your show, 'cause I just-
You're not letting me talk, though, man.
Period.
You're not letting me
It's
talk.
alright.
You're not letting me
Letting y'all
talk. You're really
I
not.
already said my piece.
You're not letting me talk. You know, they are being underutilized right now, but only because one of them is injured. When they weren't injured, they had a AEW championship run. They had the AAA run, and they got injured. They had to relinquish the titles, basically. He still had a match injured. They did their thing.
They didn't relinquish.
They relinquished it in a loss, though. That's the same thing. They relinquished it in a loss. That's what the Booker does.
He was injured though. That was the
They relinquished
He
it.
wasn't injured when they lost. They lost it to FTR straight up.
No, they didn't even lose it to FTR. They lost it to fucking the Jungle Boys.
They did, bro.
Didn't they lose it to Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus?
No, I think they beat FTR. I think.
Thank you.
They did?
Yes, they did.
But that's just
That's my point.
either way. You if Ray is out now, you have no idea what direction they're gonna go if Ray was still.
I'm just trying to make my point across because we lost track of the ball. I'm just saying that Tony Khan should. I'm not saying he's a bad booker.
No, we didn't lose track of the ball at all, man. We didn't lose
booker
track of the ball. The problem is you said Tony Khan is a bad booker when he's not a bad booker. He's actually a really good booker. He's one of the better bookers that you're ever going to see in a ring right now, especially compared to guys that are doing it in the indies, guys that are doing it in WWE, guys that are doing it in, all over the world. He has a lot of talent. In my opinion, his only problem as a booker is that he keeps getting too much talent. That's my only gripe with Tony Khan. He hires too many professional wrestlers.
He's a moron. He's naive.
That's my opinion on it. You don't agree with that?
No, he's naive. He's a fan. He's a moron. He
But-
hires everybody. When Cody Rhodes was defending the TNT Belt Open Challenge, they hired everybody that you did it. It's right there. You can look it up
I'm
on
glad you
YouTube.
bring up Cody
You
Rhodes
can
because
look it up
I
on
wanted to
YouTube.
get into Cody in detail.
That's not how you do
Do
things.
you think Cody fucked up by blocking himself from getting the AEW World Title when he first started doing his thing with AEW? Do you guys think? Obviously, he's in WWE now, but do you think at the time we didn't know he was going to go to WWE? Do you think that was a mistake?
I don't even understand why they did that in the first place. It
No,
didn't make sense.
I just think they presented him not well. I'm sorry, excuse me. I think they presented him bad because they had a bunch of entourage that he didn't freaking need, and I think Brandy buried him. Like, nobody likes Brandy. Nobody wants to see her wrestle. Nobody wants to see her talk, and nobody wants to see her coming out with Cody. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see R. Anderson either. No offense, R. Anderson is a legend, Hall of Famer. I would have nothing but respect for him. I don't want to. You guys.
Well, I agree with that. I don't think
But
Cody
I don't
needed
need
Brandy or Arn.
And Arn,
Yeah, I can
don't
agree
need
with
the
that.
Dog. I don't need DDP to come out.
Listen,
You know what I'm saying? I don't need all that.
Cody got ruined when they threw him in with Aleister Black. Okay, when they put Malachi Black into AEW and threw him right into Cody, that was the biggest mistake because everybody wanted to see Malachi Black the way he was when he came to AEW. Everyone wanted to see the real version of him. So having him throw in with Cody it totally damaged Cody because everybody wanted to see Aleister Black or Malachi Black. So from that day on, that's when they started. If you notice, his decline in AEW began from the moment he started that feud with Malachi.
Well, that's because he
After
saw
that,
the
he started
direction
going
that Tony
shit.
wanted to go, and he wasn't with it.
I just think they put
I don't
too
think he
many
was with the
people
direction.
around. Like, Brandy was trying to. Don't forget, Brandy was trying to wrestle.
Brandy,
at that point.
honestly,
wait, hold on.
Brandy probably
Let me
fucked up
finish.
everything
Let me
for
just
poor
finish.
Cody.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to get into. Let me finish. I'm sorry to interrupt, but basically, Brandy was trying to wrestle. As we saw, she has some matches, and she was still the entourage of Cody. And then Arn kind of joined in. Then we kind of saw QT Marshall and a little bit of Ricky Starr. But then they kind of left off. Then we saw a little bit of Dust, and then it was just Cody and Brandy, and everybody just got tired of it. I got tired of it. I believe you and me, George, we literally booed. Like, I booed when Cody came out because I didn't care about him, and I think that's what happened.
I still enjoyed the match. I still enjoyed the match though.
No, I'm not saying that. I just said it's unnecessary to have all these people around him. You don't need Brandy. We don't need Brandy. We don't need Arn. Just let Cody be Cody. Like,
Well, we don't have to worry about that anymore, I don't think.
Yeah, because they're presenting him well. And do you hear, like, I heard online that basically they changed the theme music. They made wrestling more than one royal family more clearer so everybody can hear it. So, obviously, they're investing a lot in Cody, and we know. I still say SummerSlam.
Well, dude, when you open and close Raw almost pretty much 3 weeks in a row, they're obviously going to be investing in you. You know,
basically the face of Raw.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Absolutely.
He just came in. He's the face. Look at that. He just came in. Tell me who was the face.
Do you guys think, David? Do you think he's going to win a title before the end of this year?
No.
How about you, Jose?
Absolutely.
Before the end of 2022.
I say SummerSlam. I'm still going with SummerSlam.
I'm going to say that he's not winning the championship till next year.
Me too.
I think they're going to slow build him.
I just think next year is Roman and Rock. It's a perfect.
It's not going to be about the title though. They don't need that. That feud. That match has nothing to do with.
I'm hearing as of today. From the big.
That match has nothing to do.
The
with
big.
The
hey guys.
It's gonna put
very well be fighting for the title at WrestleMania.
Guys,
tell me, man, you would not see freaking go to Hollywood or see The Rock. I would fucking pay whatever.
Of course you would, but that's not the point. But guys, the rumor mills on the big boy bookers and big boy wrestlers, okay, like guys like Superstar Billy Graham on their pages and stuff, they're hearing things that Roman is going to be champion even after WrestleMania 39. That's what Vince is saying right now.
I hope he beats Hogan's record. I know it's a
and if that's the case, that sucks. To me, that's a waste of a lot of opportunity. Because you have a lot of guys right now that are at the prime of their career, like Edge, like AJ Styles, you know, Seth Rollins.
But they're on a different brand. Bro.
Randy Orton. The point is, there's so many different storylines that they could set up right now this year that could go into the next 4 or 5 years.
But that has nothing to do. Roman needs new stars to fight, bro. You can't fight Edge.
But how do you create stars? How do you create? First of all, what turns, like, let's say for example, let's say Edge spazzes out, and somehow gets the title. He gets the title. Let's say he spazzes out with his faction, right? Which, by the way, his faction doesn't even have a name yet, right? We have no name for his faction yet.
I would like if they call it the Brood, because I think the Brood is awesome.
Okay. Well, we don't know what it's going to be called yet. I'm sure we'll find out in a few weeks. But you don't think that would turn Edge into a certified current-day megastar if he puts down Roman Reigns, like, let's say, at Survivor Series?
I think you're living pipe dreams, bro.
That's not the question I asked you.
I can't answer that silly question. It's just silly to me, bro. Edge is like 45.
If it did happen, hypothetically, though. Okay, let's say there's a sick build-up between now. All right,
I wouldn't even do it. If I was Vince McMahon,
then we can't do fantasy shows with you because you can't open your mind.
Why you think they put Daniel Bryan in the main event? Because they said Edge look old. Look old, man. You can look that up.
They put Daniel Bryan in the main event because they knew his contract was up and he was going to go to AEW, and they wanted to make Roman look like a god so they could send him to AEW getting pinned by their guy.
Look, they interviewed Bryan Danielson, and he basically said, I don't even know why I was even put in that match. It just edged
to make Roman look that much stronger. That's why he was put in that match.
Listen,
he wanted Vince McMahon. You want to know what happened? You want to know what happened? Do you want to know what happened? Vince McMahon was taking a shit at 3 a.m, and he had a vision of Roman Reigns holding the titles over 2 bodies. And that's what he saw as the finish, and that's the finish. Because that's what he does. He said, this is good shit. And then he wiped his ass and went to bed.
I don't know. What do you think, David? I don't know.
Roman... I'm not surprised. You know, they already had tried to.
I think my back is killing me.
Roman into us already, so the fact that he'll be the one breaking records, I'm not surprised.
So, all right,
it's the same old thing. It's tiring.
All right, with the exception of Cody Rhodes, not Cody Rhodes, who is the guy that you want to see put down Roman Reigns first? If it's not Cody,
who else is there aside from Cody that makes sense?
Randy Orton. Seth Rollins, Edge.
Seth Rollins, I don't see Seth because it already happened. So
he never got the clean win. He never got the clean win over Reigns right now, and Reigns never got a clean win over him.
I'm gonna say Braun Breaker.
Too soon.
Way too soon.
Too soon.
And, let's get into NXT real quick. Jose, you remember that? Go ahead. Good. I know you won't have something to say.
What do you want me to say about NXT?
The segment that you were talking about, the
freaking trash.
Oh boy,
it was bad.
What do you want to hear?
Guys. You know what? Let me do my take real quick because I actually, for the first time in 3 months, I'm gonna look at the camera when I say this. For the first time in 3 months, okay, I watched NXT, and I don't know why. From beginning to end, it was fucking ass. I literally knew maybe half of the roster. The tag team division looks like it just somehow got even worse. You have a team that they I don't know. I can't even understand what's happening on the TV screen. Apparently, what's her name? Natty's there. Natty's there. She's wearing heels. She's doing submissions in high heels. What am I watching? Is this real? Why is Natty on NXT? And why are you giving this guy in NXT, who's probably been there maybe like a year, why are you giving him like an Undertaker bootleg gimmick where he has powers and he spawns little minions to eat Braun Breaker? What is this?
Well, I'll explain why Natty is on NXT. She's basically on NXT to basically elevate the NXT girls.
But when are we going to elevate Natty?
Hold on. No, it's not about Natty elevating herself. It's about elevating the other stars. So I'm pretty sure they're trying to elevate Cora Jade because most likely she will be the NXT champion coming up after Rose. It makes sense.
Yeah, but Natty's been down to NXT like 100 different fucking times, man. When is she gonna get her moment? When is she gonna get her WrestleMania moment?
She already got her moment.
Which one?
She's been in the company for like 20 years.
She never won a. When is she gonna be the champ?
I'll tell you which one. When she won SmackDown with tag team champions, with what? Tamia.
Okay, when is she gonna? When is she gonna pin Becky Lynch? When is she gonna pin Bianca Belair? When is she gonna pin Charlotte Flair?
First of all, she's not gonna be there.
She's actually a better wrestler. She's actually a better wrestler than almost all those girls.
It's not a story to tell at WrestleMania. It's not a story. It's not there.
It's a rib to Bret Hart.
Ronda Rousey, Charlotte Flair, Ronda Rousey, Becky Lynch. Now there's a story behind it.
Brett screwed Natty. Brett screwed Natty.
Come on.
Natty didn't screw Natty. Brett screwed Natty, man. This is all. But maybe things will change because I heard. Here's the rumor today, guys. Did you hear this, Jose? Bret Hart signed a WWE Legends contract today. Did you hear about that?
Is there truth in that?
If that's true,
it's 100% true.
I'm going to return my TV right now because
he signed.
This is crazy.
He's not gonna wrestle or nothing like that. But that means he cannot appear. That means Vince McMahon offered him so much money so he wouldn't appear on any of the Owen Hart AEW specials.
I think I'm.
Yeah, they have a bio on the. They already have his bio on WWE.com.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to meet him in June and ask him, excuse me, why did you sign this contract? I'm gonna ask him that.
So I could put food. So I could put food on the table for my fucking family. Here's my point, and I want to hear what you think. There's fans out there that are criticizing him for taking this paycheck over the AEW job, which, by the way, was going to pay him nowhere near what Vince McMahon's offering him. So the fans are criticizing him that he turned on his family's legacy by signing this WWE contract, which I just quickly want to say is fucking bullshit. Bret Hart is a man. He needed a job. He needed money. He needed financial freedom. His legacy, I love Owen Hart, but Owen Hart in 100 years, they're still going to be talking about Bret before they talk about Owen. And that's just the way it is. No matter how many fucking Owen Hart tournaments they do, or charities, or beneficiary, or whatever the fuck they think of. Rest in peace, Owen Hart, but don't give shit to Bret Hart. He's had to deal with a lot. He had to deal with all that bullshit from Vince. He had to deal with the bullshit with his family. He had to deal with the bullshit with the British Bulldog. And then his brother died. Give the guy a fucking break. Let the guy work wherever he wants to work. If he thinks that's what's best for his family. That's all I gotta say.
I mean, I don't even know what to say. I just, I wouldn't expect it any other way. Why would he sign with AEW? I mean, they're not going to pay him what WWE. I mean, WWE is going to cough up a bag.
So you
would do the same thing.
Good. You disagree with the fans, right? You wouldn't give him shit because he signed the contract. Come on, man.
No, I'm just saying that Tony Khan wouldn't match what Vince would give.
He should have.
Hart.
He should have.
He wouldn't.
If he wanted Bret that fucking bad, pay the man.
He wouldn't. He wouldn't. Why? Why?
Oh, did you know?
He owns the name for Owen Hart. That's why they're calling this the Owen Hart tournament. Most of the shirts that you bought at that time when they announced it were going to the Owen Hart Foundation. I mean,
Jose, I gotta tell this. Remember last week we watched the Dustin Rhodes versus CM Punk match?
I don't even want to talk about it.
All right, hold on, wait. I just wanted to point that out. Check this out. I bet you didn't know this. I found this out recently. The whole match between CM Punk and Dustin Rhodes was a move-for-move copy of a match Bret Hart had with Goldust many years ago.
Well, they missed those moves because my man could not get on the surfboard that CM Punk was doing, and he fell right there in the mat on front of live TV.
And
fucking prime time.
Because I think
I saw it with you, and I said, "What the fuck?"
Yes,
is that?
but that's what happened. But that's what happened in the Bret Hart match,
bro. I don't want to see botches and old botches. Oh, let's create the old botches. Oh my God.
Dude, they did a copy and paste. They did a copy and paste.
If you still think that match was great, even if you said a copy and paste, I still would. No, No.
Well, I
No.
say this. I enjoyed the
No.
match more after finding that out. I appreciated it more. I will not enjoy it more. I appreciated it more.
Damn.
Not you, Dave?
My God.
What?
Not you?
Right.
How about you? Did you enjoy that? Appreciate it? What's your take?
Personally, despite of Jose's disdain, I personally like Dustin Rhodes.
Jose's really sour tonight on some topics.
But
I didn't say I didn't like the wrestling. That match was not freaking great. Come on, man. You guys are crazy.
The match itself, it was okay. It wasn't,
There you go.
exciting or anything like that. It does give it a little more mystique knowing that it was done before. I would like to see and compare to see if it's true or not. It does give it
There's
a
a good
little
video.
more
There's a good
mystique
video
to it
on
because
YouTube that goes move for
pretty
move
cool.
that copies it and shows you in it. Yeah, when you watch it like that, it's pretty cool.
Jose,
you should watch it like that. You should watch it like that and then judge it.
Regardless of what hold on.
Watch that match.
Regardless of what you think of the match, you gotta admit that's pretty cool that they went and brought an old match that Dustin did. That was his own match, and they brought it back and redid it.
You know what's pretty cool? Not having that match.
Brett,
that would have been pretty cool.
Right now, Brett is being copied by CM Punk pretty perfectly, and I didn't even realize it. Now that I've been, paying attention more that's happening.
You know what have been
his last
cool?
4 matches,
CM Punk
bro.
Not fighting people like Dustin Rhodes. It would have been pretty cool if they just started fighting.
All right, so here's the next question before we end the show, okay? Because it's getting late over here.
There. You gotta give it.
Hold on. It's getting late. We got to end the show, and we're going to just have one more little debate. Who's going to be the guy to take off the title off of Hangman Adam Page?
CM Punk, because it would transition to MJF winning the belt by the end of the year.
Okay. How about you, Div?
I would agree with the CM Punk, but I would disagree with the MJF.
I'm gonna go
because only because
my
I don't think he's gonna end up with the title that quick. He's gonna have it, but I don't think that quick.
I agree with Dave.
3 years.
You want to know who's gonna get the title first? And I see it coming from now, and I'm calling it right now. And you guys are never gonna guess who I'm gonna fucking pick right now, baby.
If you say Bret Hart,
Adam Cole is your next AEW World Champion.
Why? He's already challenged him twice.
Yeah, I know, and that's why he's gonna win it because now he's going to get all the help.
he's gonna fight.
He's gonna get all the help. Undisputed Elite and New Japan.
I don't think so because Bucks are gonna turn on him.
For life.
Yeah.
There's gonna be. Listen. Hold on. There's gonna be a lot of stories going on here. Okay, and it's all gonna end up being with Bullet Club and Undisputed Elite fighting, and then eventually CM Punk is gonna come, and he's gonna be the reason why they break up, and he's gonna take that title, and then that's gonna lead to MJF taking the title from Punk.
So right now, do you think the Bucks are gonna turn and Kenny's gonna return face?
No, I think the Bucks are going to stay and turn down the road at a pay-per-view and screw Adam Cole out of a belt.
After Kenny returns.
Maybe even before. In preparation for his return.
To return soon, no?
I don't know his exact date, but I don't think it's going to be.
Omega's scheduled to return.
Maybe the late summer.
In the fall.
Yeah, that's what I heard. It's sometime in like August.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Late summer.
Start Adam Cole to that last pay-per-view before the year ends. That'll be Adam Cole versus Kenny Omega.
All right. So Jose said CM Punk. Dave, you said.
I said CM Punk as well.
So you both said CM Punk, and I'm taking Adam Cole. So I think Adam Cole is your next AEW champion. Only because they feel like they rushed the feud with him and Hangman, and now it's like there's a story there. No, it's growing.
I don't think
Adam Cole now is obsessed. Like, at least to me, in my eyes, the storyline that I see is Adam Cole is getting obsessed with winning this title from Hangman Adam Page, and he's going to any length to make sure he gets strong enough to be able to take it.
Adam Page already challenged CM Punk.
Yeah, Savage. I don't think they know what to do with Adam Page.
Yes,
because Adam Cole was just thrown into the mix, but then before that. He had a Texas Deathmatch with Lance Archer. Like, why is he fighting for the belt? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but here's my point. What would make you a bigger heel right? Think about this now, perspective-wise, right? Let's say you're a booker and you're deep thinking right now. What would give a wrestler bigger heat than screwing the guy everybody thinks and wants to win the title? So let's say they build up, Hangman wins again, keeps the title, and then it leads to CM Punk, Hangman, first match. And that match ends by, what's his name, Adam Cole doing whatever he needs to screw Punk out of this title shot, because he doesn't want the title off Punk. He wants to be the one to take the title off Hangman. What builds more heat than being the guy to screw the guy that everybody wants to win? Am I wrong? Does that not build incredible heat?
I think they're dropping all that. I think they want Adam Cole to win the whole tournament, more or less, and they're just going in a different direction with CM Punk and Adam Page. I think they want Punk to take the title off him. It's been, I think, over 200 days, 200-something days. So I think it's the right time to take it off him. And CM Punk is the perfect guy because he'll put asses to seats if he was the champion. And what better way to put more asses to seats than, I'm not saying it's going to happen right away, but by the end of the year.
The best way to put asses in seats is to tell. The best way to put asses in seats, though, is to tell a great fucking story. When you have a story that people want to know how it's going to keep changing week to week to week, exactly. That's when you have it. And I think this has, in my opinion, my version, I'm not saying it's the right version, but I feel like my version would be a better story and a better build-up to that reward of seeing Punk finally overcome the odds. You could have a Stone Cold kind of thing where the Undisputed Elite are just driving CM Punk nuts. The Young Bucks are screwing with him. Jay's screwing with him. Kenny's screwing with him. The fucking Red Dragon's screwing with him. He has to go through all this adversity just to get the fucking title shot that he already earned. And now it's been taken away from him because the Bullet Club said, no, we are the Undisputed Elite and we're here to take every title.
But listen to this. What kind of a great ending for a heel to win the belt for the very first time off the guy that you try to get an autograph when you're a kid and he just...
Yeah, but that's still the payoff.
That is the greatest.
That's still the payoff, though. That doesn't change.
That's why I think he's the first one to take it off Punk. I think Punk will take it off, and then. I
never said MJF wouldn't be the one to take it off Punk. What I'm saying is Punk's not getting it now. Kenny's getting it. Not Kenny. What's his name? Adam Cole's getting it first, or maybe even Jay. Maybe even fucking Jay.
Jay White.
Yeah. Maybe he screws Adam Cole and says, I want to be the leader of this group. I want to be the champ.
That's pipe dream, bro. That, first of all, why would we go in that direction? That makes no sense.
So you don't know. I'm just saying it could be somebody in that faction. I think it's going to be Adam Cole because that makes more sense to me.
I don't think so. I think it's slow. I think, like David mentioned about the Young Bucks turning against Cole, I think it's slowly going to build into that. To Kenny Omega coming back and then challenging Adam Cole. I think that'd be a big box office.
I just would like to see a more interesting fucking story than the basic prediction. Like what you guys both predicted right now, that's what everybody fucking thinks is going to happen. That's what everybody wants to happen. But sometimes that's not always the best thing. Sometimes it's good to put a pause on what the people want and let them wait for it. And then you just build it up and you make it that much better. Like MJF to me, MJF.
That's why I think MJF is going to take so long to get the title.
Yeah, he is.
Exactly. I agree with you.
Build it. I
agree with you. Exactly.
To me, the big payoff here is Punk giving the title to MJF. That's what's going to happen.
Well, that's the thing. I'm not disagreeing that he could take it off Punk. I just don't think
it's going to be a while. It's going to be. I think at the end of the year. I'm not saying right away, but. At the end, like that last pay-per-view.
Dude.
I can see it be more on like what Revolution is like the WrestleMania, right? Is it?
No, Double or Nothing.
Double or Nothing or All
Double or
Out?
Nothing.
Double or Nothing or
because Revolution is where they come out like all dressed up like if it's.
I don't know. They're all the same size. I think it's Double or Nothing or All Out. It's one of those two.
I think it's All Out I think it's All Out. I'm just gonna say.
Well, whichever one is their technical WrestleMania in their words, I think that will probably be the one where you'll see MJF versus Punk for the title. You know.
My problem is I don't want to see CM Punk win yet, because if we see him win, we're going to get a copy and paste run. Because, like Jose said, butts and seats translates to money. Punk, as long as he's putting butts and seats, that's how long he's going to stay champion for. If Punk wins right now, that fucking asshole's not going to lose for at least a year.
No.
Yeah.
No.
They have him beating everybody.
Who aside from Punk? But okay.
Hold on. AEW motive, and you could unquote me this or disagree, is making stars. Why would they keep a guy like CM Punk holding the belt for so long? I know he's putting money in seats and everything.
Because according to you, they want money. So if he's the champ, if he's the champ, people are going to buy the pay-per-view to watch them not lose the belt. If he's the champ, they're going to buy merch. They're going to buy toys.
But they're not going to keep him like Roman Reigns streak. They're not going to keep him like that.
Yeah, 1 year is not a Romy streak. Now we're talking 2 years is a Romy streak.
I don't think. I think he'll lose it before the year.
We'll see. There's a lot to determine, but
I think it all depends. And to be honest, like stars. Aside from CM Punk, because you say Adam Cole, but Adam Cole already challenged Page for 2 times. So I think that's that story right there. I think it's gonna be done at least for a little while now. I don't think you're gonna see Cole and Page fight each other, not anytime soon. So if that's the case, who else would be the one to dethrone Page right now? CM Punk is the only logical one that makes sense right now. So after that, it's who's gonna dethrone Punk. MJF makes sense, but I just don't think it'll happen this year. I think it'll happen probably next year. Build it up like a WrestleMania almost, and then have him, beat him there.
I wouldn't mind seeing Punk versus Samoa Joe to fill in the blank if that happens.
But Samoa looks like they keep putting him in Ring of Honor stuff. Not
well, they're putting him in clown shows. That's what they're doing. They're putting him in matches with 50-year-old guys that move like Mr. Potato Head. They have a stiff neck. They can't take a bump. All they do is chops and
this
basically
is great.
Letting you chop.
This is great. I'm reading the chat from the YouTube, and Lally was going in about she's asking Jose if Jose is okay. And I just was laughing at that.
I'm okay. It's just that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing Mr. Potato Head, a 50-year-old guy, just letting him chop the shit out of him, and that's basically it. I mean, that's horrible.
Well, chops are fun, bro. I mean, I remember chopping the shit out of both of you, and I had fun every fucking time I did it.
Why do I want to see Adam Cole versus Ishii? First of all, he's 46 years old.
Why are we still talking about fucking Adam Cole versus fucking Ishii? Well, how did we get here? What happened?
It's just bad booking. This is my prime example of
bad booking.
Bad booking.
Bad booking.
I don't think Jose. We can't make you happy.
Keith Lee. Hold on.
We can't make you happy.
Adam Cole and Keith Lee had a great storytelling in NXT. I know David didn't see NXT, but if you saw it,
yes.
Keith Lee and Adam Cole, that was great storytelling.
It was good. Goliath, David versus Goliath.
Why they can't do that now? Why they can't?
Because it's already been done. I don't know. And Keith Lee.
Yeah, it's been done in PG.
Keith Lee should have never left WWE. I don't know why he even left WWE. They should have kept him. I know, but they should have kept him. He wasn't bad.
He wasn't bad at all.
But they didn't
just call him a fucking. Yeah, they call him a stupid bear cat from what the fuck? A bear cat? Really?
But that was
what about Karrion Kross wearing the fucking gladiator mask?
All I know is this. All I know is this. When you have too many cooks in the kitchen, the plate's gonna get fucked.
Exactly.
And that's what the situation we are getting, unfortunately, in AEW, and it worries me because there's so many great guys, and we don't get to see them every week. And then you lose that momentum. You lose it. And sometimes you never get it back.
Rampage needs to be 2 hours. Already.
Like, where's Orange Cassidy? He was all the fucking rage. Exactly. He's injured, though. Okay? But what happens when he comes back? There's so many people that are going to lose their spot on TV. Max Caster. Great guy. I love their tag team. One of my favorite tag teams in AEW. They don't even get to work the way they should. And they won't because there's too many good tag teams. FTR. House of Black.
It's called bad booking.
Jungle. Lucha.
It's called bad booking, bro.
You know? Like, tell me that tag team isn't sick. I love that tag team. When they come on and they do their thing, we are the Clan! Blah, they look like they're right out of Monday Night Raw, bro. They look like they're ready to fucking go on Raw today.
It's bad booking, man.
I would like... My one thing is this. I'll say this, and let's close the show on this question. If you could pick one tag team from AEW to go to WWE right now, Raw or SmackDown, who's it going to be? For me, it's the Acclaimed, and I'm sending them to Monday Night Raw.
FTR.
Okay, FTR. You, Dave?
Yeah. See, I was thinking FTR, but they already been there, and they weren't used right.
Yeah, been there, done that.
But they will be.
If Ray was healthy, I would say Ray and Pentagon.
Okay, that's a good choice. But I love the Acclaimed, and I wish... My point is there's too many cooks in the kitchen, and there's a lot of talent that we're not going to get to see as much as we want to or as much as they deserve to. This has been Wrestling with Savage. It's 2:03 in the morning. If you're still here with us, God bless you. Special thanks to David and Jose for sticking it out.
Yeah, baby.
Helping out with the show. I hope you guys get some sleep if you're still watching. And, catch us next time, man. Say goodbye, guys.
Yeah, thank you for watching.
Thanks for watching, guys. Salute, man. Cheers.
Salute. Cheers. Keep drinking. Keep chilling. 420.